memfa akonya so na mentia Ghana kokwa kuafo nyinara, especially kokwa ropa kuafo. Now your question Abusa. Adie bi adie say o border da na what say more for about the kaho akwan bia so when you kakra. Nanso no when you no betime wie peye abra wuhunu di ntia ama eboni bia ba beka ho. Now I comparison no say enye die ama eboni bia beka ho ne meche fa amanya no e wo se mani so. Na sisia no yehwe yi na yehwe dwama so se de kokko no bo no sitie no a na yehwe de ekuafo yanya no a ye mu bidie ye jidi se nanka kokko board ni apan no betinya bo no homode ni action ebo no a wo mode ama yen sisia
nanka mo hwe be sen
ne limitations nanka yanya fra de na yehwe be 3500
Happy FM
3,500.
3,500 cities per bag. And Kayanya Prano. Dena Yeshe Nimono. Because a bono, I feel a boa a wood drama sono. A bean seeder. The cocoa, ton bako, aqua drew $10,000. Na yen $4 into your creanica. Na I was $100 no the cities. Now you show you see the issues of baby and number 14 cities. Normally I am person may use the water, me person may use Bank of Ghana because no one on the case you did tell me cocoa.
EpaHoaDaben.
Colleagues are caught in a trap. Seems to us the government has declared war on the media, fighting social media, effectively curtailing the freedom of speech and expression of Ghanaians, guaranteed speech under Article 21. And you know the individuals who have been arrested, some of them still in detention. I know one Prisla Bia and Charity Tete, who are still on remand for 2 weeks, merely for exercising their rights under Article 21. And you know about SEFAH-DANQAH, who's been arrested. You know earlier on Mohammed Zaku, who's been arrested and are currently facing trial. Belinda Bosumpim also facing trial. One Yayira abuse
Happy EpaHoaDaben.
for expressing herself.
EpaHoaDaben.
And we know.
Utie budget no eneno. Uhu a clear pathway to resetting a Ghana economy no. Ama Ghana engineer beye the Ghana we want ana.
To some extent. I see the realistic nature of it, and I see that it is in sync with the reality on the ground. Yes, obviously, today is a working day. You know, I could not have vivid details of everything. I think that after today, I'm analyzing it, but I think so far so good. If we'll be disciplined enough to stick to it, and obviously, maybe I may have a crane say sometimes there and I say, but the question is, are we to be governed by manifestos or the realities facing Ghana? So these are some of the issues, but generally, I think it's a good document.
Now, young the specifics. I mean, say answer na budget bebe na dodo na wo particular or specific expectations bia omo hwe ni mu say omo beti ho asem every budget ni mu. And key amongst them taxes bia emra na party ne pre to me omo eka say omo beyi e de free wo. In the 2025 budget, the finance minister said we will abolish the 10% withholding tax on winnings from lottery, otherwise known as betting tax. We will abolish the electronic transfer e-levy. We will abolish the emission levy on industries and vehicles. We will abolish the VAT on motor vehicle insurance. We will abolish 1.5% withholding tax on winning of unprocessed gold. the last time or Casafa sa taxes in or can we will and then or the tax or the budget number the word or any sentence here we will minority for no ebi kase krokro the John and or the Ghana for. Do you after listening get the sense to say indeed sa taxes we ye a free war and I say it is still in the works?
You see, let me start by saying that let me share Ghana for Angasa. You see, idea, said the anything MPP buy no bro for news and tax,
no correct.
News and tax be brief for a we are here no one more corner. Now, obviously, so major news and tax, don't be ye free. But we news and tax free. Let's say, I may want to be a day. Emma also had the taxes be brave back, including ye levy, Emma Coco complaining. Not say, yea, as our man, yet ye shared with ye free. Not another power, another government super power. Not also and chain crown for even 1 year, and this say, our man is a seminal at the say, and no more sure by how the bay near the did not also buy within the first quarter. At the consequent quarter, also say, taxes be a new start, and as major as they are, on also years you are. Maybe when they say, I say, yes, you will be free or branding able to move. Into no minimum, I am one a class. You can play a cafe, and now say, Obisha, but obey taxes be free, or also you free. Now, who share one moment, dear, or like I said, what my be said, be. But as to why it is well, if and yet parliamentary approval. Na womuko sipinti na womuka wela ene na eye ho haka because ade waka well na said you okay na we dey about budget. So see, I only want to believe say bia because it borders on parliamentary activities. Bia na they wouldn't want to behave like they are doing it outside of parliament, and so they are finalizing it by themselves. The executive probably would want to say there should be ratification by a parliament so that Jamomo can well. That is my opinion. But taking it as it is, imagine a dangerous we share the financial position of the country. Any normal abandoned studies in the survey. Nempo no say agenda 1 crown bit neno. Yes, ya futubia yesterday trace was no near DV. We feel such as yesterday ya futubia. It means say because we dear and only a day yes create such a school feeding program. Now still I did be say you see he is at 2 years people on a tour. What are you about and my over 6 billion to this annum? I think that we have to really reconsider our decision. If there is a way, they might be the more progressive. Of course, some of them will offer and we said I'm a passport so far like sorry, like emission tax thing. For me, if you are, I don't have any problem with it because I was even contemplating how they are going to charge people for emitting. What about those? I mean, how are they going to do it? And some of them, no dear, almost quite many problems. And better tax, yes, so far, I maybe say USA, one more better tax, but I maybe say UK, any some other European countries, one more ultra better, ultra actually. What they have is to take the tax from the operators into better company no operating on and so if you want to emulate the system of or what is happening in UK, there's not any problem. But you live in COVID-19 living near the end in my view a major taxes a bit.
But for even COVID-19 levy, and it has been revealed that there is a VAT component in it won't be so easy for buying or say obey a COVID-19 levy because a bit disrupted the VAT system where affected other levies are a war within that space. And until the finance minister was not emphatic, say COVID-19 levy no so a idea free one more. What's your view on that?
Yes, you see, I have previous government, you know, my advice to them was that because people were complaining, say COVID-19 and they will be then I know COVID-19. So me my no, I was say you know, na yetumi epe nice purpose be the man say bia can ye the koye fee teachers e bia the school fees e bia the co city e bia ye man of flagship program be na ye the revenue no aye na ejine so no ya hwe na ya sesa ne di na man kama na because oman no enyo man a obeka say ye ho ato you. We need revenue. We need fiscal consolidation. Our tax to GDP ratio is well below 15%, around 13%, which is woefully low. And for me, I buy the power for. Let's say when Seattle I study a normal couple, you know, let's say I will remove this tax, that tax. For me, a bit dangerous, and not even a Ghana for. You can't be into your will be at the Bamide. But is that the best way to go? It can just be obedience scanner, changing our person to your. But we are speaking as people who understand economic management. And what I am saying is that what for me, I am 17 times. Na wagasa, pension bondholders, maybe I think no one is going to your muka. Near Kasaka, worry schedule with debt. Na what struggle? You've been locked out of the international credit market. Na say we ya no ma say obi an ho ato no be kan asesa I was say careful kaka na yesua de for me if there is a way and can you make it even you live in the progressive maybe e buy the engineer complaining say to be a hard e be over about 2 billion Ghana cedis on my own every year annual at least this can be. Is it possible for us to have reviewed it to make it more progressive than to just terminate it because we think that we can fail with it? I buy the trouble, maybe I but if you are not one more study entity for buyer, where we are sending up with the IMF. They are really a more every year. If you are just a pillow and the IMF was there, you do the now because. Na debia ye be free debia ye news and such no one so do yesika so ye so we should reconsider some of our decisions.
So at the heart of economic recovery the political promises are party na ye vis-a-vis the reality on the ground and adia beboa or minor. It must be a very tight and slippery slope pa say abende be faso, especially over the way in politics or Ghana Hanumwa. Within this circumstance, how much more can the Ghanaian politician do? Washabo any wenya to me no diaba power. So also devotion so ana.
No, you see, Ghana is not supposed to be governed by manifesto. I disagree. Look, my main assembly way Ebiane any direct but
okay.
Ebia you be who about for your bono. Waja to money never worry. About the case of change na propose that I would buy it now with the fire mark was best. You know my worry no. Also ordinary salary. Also what do the ever. That was just saying Kalana before days too. At that don't be so you are planning based on the reality. Now Obana them have been now almost over Tokama no base and and you think I'll be in the same way no election and that will be a projection, a proposal. It is a proposal, no, a talk of possible more we are. Now we are total reality. What they say, the good year in a year, no, you just eat the humble pie. Then a promise, I have you can say by your shot, get the past day. But what kind of proposal now would they buy? Change would you do? Yes, Obeka, yeah, what other kind of one of our but then the person what the Lanka proposal now, whatever. There is something we call time inconsistency. If you maybe a yes, the other kind of then no time, I would be much the day. Even let's be frank with ourselves. Political party bay, either Waba power, the manifesto you are there, Cathedral away. One district, one dam away. I end the one when they say, no, we should be realistic with ourselves. It is a young discipline. Say, manifestos may propose as and you propose as Yeah, about young who said if on a track record to say, smart what did they do so far? May you know one rubber. That's a change. And the person I'm about to be rich at now, Monia Rudia. And yeah, young to me, because my person, dear, this, and so much sometimes and realistic. Oh, so, and we have to see reality. It's a minute, maybe, and say, Mashable. Let it be made a proposal. But cautious, we are not who used to be here. Then you see, we should be fair enough and tell the people that, look, we said, Obeko school free, Obeko first year free, but she can't know why the best are policy here. So, when we enter Zokatra, then we move forward. Now, we need to change now that's so free as a year. It's a bit weird.
Ade asemba kwa aban mu nkofo ka ede defend sans
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe. EpaHoaDaben. 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 EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe. EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
These days filled with a lot of events within the political scene, especially within the new patriotic party. MZ 3 events now also at the headquarters of the new patriotic party.
98.9.
Wamu Ashia Kesia Ewo and KWADWO ha Asylum Down. It's just about a kilometer walk away from a new kilometer home. In no see a new kilometer, but I talk at the no credit. In Rukansini Bako, na Enedia Koso Honodos ye papa. Earlier on, Ayadia the communications team, a press conference, Eden Semahodo Etuja. But they are at Turkey center stage as we speak now. AM Penyinfo won Ediom who AC ho, say party Emma and Shomo, Womujuma Diano Sumo Mason party no. Womu enshomu nomu entuon swaba enyimu baako so maye frankatuni emfama party no emfie empimienu ne aduonu nwotwe abato ebekọ akoto no mu eno enene no and ochina na ye final date for submission of nomination forms empanyimfo ebefae but ene eye gidi nana mu akomi di video bi sendo abrewane de na mpese ohwe pa. Because I was there when supporters of Ora Kennedy Akompreko Japan about the party's headquarters and the energy with which they came there. Enyasem ketwa. Entiene wenye putu brunemum die here the akoso sesiano. Ahana betie live on Happy 98.9 FM. EpaHoaDaben. Jumedien wasugusu autieno. Your friend Yankumpa Sachi this year, Ediana Abrad this year, Chen Hinena Nakwa SEFAH-DANQAH, Osia Nawafa, Yamohamu Akwaba, Edibe EpaHoaDaben so and AVA. Mamenkao, Akasama for Mokasama, and Panyimfo ya, won Ayo Wesio, Sepati ma Enjo so, no Munto Muswabano. And then many bebre no abedin komo na ye hyasia dia ye hyasia free opanyina enne wonu no di kan edit nomination form called the headquarters of the new patriotic party na so ye no asylum down here intia ne mia me bo me na ase ekokoduru ho kohwe de ekoso eno Philibert na ha enya asem ketwa Maminka ose free sabre yakopem bra no nsia ebebo eye pa ho adaben ye ntwen ma ne mpa ho ansa na yedi hu nkomo eno nti na ekoso no ano hyehyeehye na yedi hu nkomo se de mpanyimfo ka no ye tete abetie na ne chemu ano no prakonam wo hoi ye we ne hye so onim ze meme de eye enwuwe de mani je ho pa ezan ze kansempi e de kire Ghana fo nyina meme nyaaya na nka no pa bia no ma menka asem we nkire eye tiefo mutie onipa o kan sa asem mane to mutirimu Ora Kompreko Japan. I remember very well. I think was it 2023 Brana MPP Elko primaries no meneninya enkita hodie on residence Movenpick na assemble akọ kan it was one of the concerns say as on mine ohwa to ho ache ene odo agana fo bebre no an wo ema mine no eswate enu ntina behunu na nipa bebre akọ santene wo abelempe mamu wane ne mrante na ekọ. And the thing was that na makọ eye hotel ho akọ hu mrante ne mamu wa wo mato santene akọ je visa and there and then if you buy no one of the questions that I asked him also on so ko hobi ko hu and it's as a result of odono any and the daso papa bia tima and Ghana for mabunu no ense den nim fama o man no and intina bebre no ayo ma adwene se ompeso omko no yemfan tete yen se yo se nyu yen aye die nie enka ne me de mpanyumfo motu omanim de omutima nim de e bia ka tro mo ye be ka tro se yo se nyu udie nie yen aye die nie but them say yen aye wo yen from 70s by bebre no ano em say ya na ye refi se yen aye die nie nti bebre no ano se ye betimi yaku ye ho ye de ye ho beto ho e de aboa tetro man aya na nhyɛ dan ni ho obi ade ne yafunu mu de na ekɔ ɔkɔ no akɔ akɔpɛ ne so ne de wapɛ kakra de ato de ama abusua sɛ de be ya daachi bi no abusua mre enti ase wom na emom sɛ ode saa intent no na ekɔ hɔ a wa dwene na hwɛ anamuntu abetuo but sɛ ode selflessness obroni beka altruism sɛ ode kɔ sɛ eye suma me pese me sum Ghana fonti ene edi kɔ hɔ a eno no usu no ba na ye different intermediate me ka sɛ nkwada no a wɔn primary school wɔn JHS wɔn SHS no anopa bia sɛ de na ɛyɛ owura kana Japan ɛyɛ ka no anopa bia na nka abɔnwom no enka yɛ man nya mandatory otena radio so anopa a bɔnwom no otena radio so awie a bɔnwom no otena radio so anwumra a bɔnwom no beduru brebi no ensam wo mbɛyam sɛ Ghana fon hyɛ dante ne ye asem ba ko wo mu pa eye titire ene se o se o man ni beye yio se enye yio ejina wan menu mienu yana muntu aye to yesu aye ye da na die yen kasa ye ka e dia for man no so man ni ye man yo so man ni nye man yo yen sam aye ka egum from ma man for furu ate ndim dia nyum we dia mani ji ho me se no gumfun so ene ahomnache bia me sori a me dia hye metrimu ma ba semenso me wo asede me wo aso die se metimi aboa ma o man na timi akoso enti ene eda bia no anopa bia betimi nka mebo so man ne beye yo se enye yo ejina me no mienu so se ya amanyosem no e de aboa man no o se ye mfa mo man no e ye pese me nkum nya amanyosem yo ne ye yo ejina me no mienu so aya mu mientu enyum nemfa eye efutuo emfa mfrimu yemo ha mu akwa ba fe no chinchin video dia to a yensen ko twetwe nas live on the show this morning and my come on wia mboa am dia no panana nkamba Philip Jima youth organizer for Ablekuma West constituency for the New Patriotic Party me jump and inform you no more introduce them o de me no nkomodie dey different but mpanyinfo you know ba becoming sa ene day adwuma dey so panyini ba ko timanim tentene so ba ko timini fa so mpanyinfo mama Muhammad Akwaba
yo menu ya joso
apombo ko de
Nyankopɔ de wana fam de aka nipa de
I am for Ken
yeah
and the gukuku so gukuku so wadama we di obeda ho de kire eyetiefo mutie
ayo sere dodo na enim no ye frame Samodua popularly known as Agenda P.
Agenda P.
Yeah, what kind of magic say your problem is my problem?
Okay, oh how you me how?
Of course.
Mama near.
Sir.
Ti amam for mama near bebre no agu kun.
Egum so entre mani abra mpese de kan ba no. No be solve problems na emaye.
Na just Agenda P yam fa kana ma. Amam for mama near no wo namu no nya de anu ye beba.
Anu ye ntimi mma because they say ye hia wo bia Ghana da na koma so. Opesi okum no ho de man man. Hwe omo April nya obi na otse Kennedy. Wetimi for obi antoto Kennedy ho. Because wo hwe adwene kuta papa no a. Bra, woda wona wo. Ghana ho adwene. Last time no obi ni kombo na me kasa. Ya ese Kennedy pentokwa. Opati medie ne ade. But Kennedy ntokwa akono owiase nyina ye no ma miensa. Nkrofo miensa ho tokwa na wako. One, Kennedy who say we appointee bi ana we aban mu nipa bi na say we di wo man ni sika. We do man ni fa ekwan boni so a Kennedy be attack o because we feel say one person man be too pon. Two, Kennedy who say obi pese we di NPP amoyokuo fa kwan boni so ana say otietia NPP amoyokuo no empanifo na nimu a so Kennedy no benya tokwa na de twa to kra na nado dan kwakufu ado Kennedy who say obi pese otietia na nado animu a Kennedy ene ni nya tokwa ene na ma woni afiaso sinega enya tokwa ene onwan party for side di na tem no because na afia na dwe say obegu na nado animu ase ebrebre obenya opportunity bia na odi na natem ene ma Kennedy ene ni nya tokwa no etu hwe tokwa akọ nyina onku bi ma no ho da do obeku bia Ghana ho tokwa NPP ntokwa ene akufo ntokwa ana okomo omo na so ene eduru ba bia opebia di no 2023 omo liste santo kwani ase friend 10 sins of Canada Japan nyankopon won ti se nipa wa we say omo a eto sa 10 sins no na akọhwe sins ni na so na ye tokwa okonde ma party no for instance Anas dey say Anas no ni Canada need problem but Anas ya nadwene say obegu NPP ministers ni appointees ani mase ena ma Canada so ye who watches the watchman and so obepebia dinti onwan party for use against him ene when we say obi aja no kan ene obi ahu say yesabe yakohisem na mudigu Kennedy so say see anya 10 sins of Brian Champon yenya 16 sins of Baumia so it is say any there in fact Nyankopon edi Kennedy ho afrofie de na otamfo ne pe na enya mbam say party man
e na otamfo no pe
say omo pese Kennedy bedi akonwa ne bi wono de wapoto amra fe so mini anka oti se odi bom wono wapoto amra fe na ya me kama se me se tenant wusi wuti me bonwom na efiewura tenant ti me bonwom na efiewura de wono kwa so bonwom Kennedy ono abra de ho from 1992 abesi nde no amantem wono se wono ti me di president man eye be Kennedy odi be eye uti bi da be na so se ni police station for na hu se no empenifo bi da wo mo se akwa bi na free baabi esi edo ono ne ba oni betimi akwaje ehofo ne vote abreye ana ma omudi so kwoto ma se ani pai wono so kwa odi esu ne ba wan fa vote ama eti enna no asembe na wo se abeka kire sa police station for na wo ka kire o mo se wo na wo ye zongo ni eti yentoma na akwaje zongo for vote na akwaje no for vote de abreye wo kwa yenso ade sapan ne ba ye edim kwa se kwa edi sa afo ni nyina no ene o mo se o ma sa aba Kennedy nchan o beto aba ma Kennedy because o mo ji Kennedy di na adi titiri o mu gina sonso ne se o mse Kennedy ya no kwafo o yi obi a won patro na se mo beka ne 100 years eno aso no gina o mse Kennedy nya corrupt ya se Kennedy aye amonyose babru 30 years e o Ghana ha both NPP and NDC obi antimi fa corruption allegation bia enti papa no.
So you're unblemished.
Well, very unique, yeah. It is our papa way. I say me boy can be tell me. What to Ghana I say will be able to say why corrupt. Now I confess go why say. What be that? If you this for crowd woman here party come to me can be for Kennedy ho da. And no soon say Ghana ye pe obi a wanya corrupt. Ye pe obi a o ka no kre. Obi a ka say o Kennedy dey tia me pen say o Kennedy dey o ka no kre o Kennedy dey wanya corrupt. Say no man mienu so na betim dey bu o man no. Ye to so me say a discipline. Obi a say Kennedy dey discipline.
Would you say we don't have a year nukredie in our body politics? Said the yam and your same or memo. Did you say you need nukre?
Me Ghana had me apart from Kennedy Japan. Me who will be or said they didn't call politics in peace.
Apart from Kennedy Japan.
Oh yes, me one of them who. What me country in front of him?
Apart from Kennedy Japan, bien who didn't cry.
Oh, didn't cry. 100% say Kennedy. Say the other ya no crack can for a crowd. But 100% say Kennedy. Would they catch them say, why now I am on your 30 years or Ghana ha? Yamfa corruption allegation to time. Why? But my bobby. So it's here. Eti anu na say Ghana for no eti na ama Ghana for yina ni abre no o me say ni bufu ntem kra na papa no very emotional to extent say o hu so obi sisi Ghana ni bubefu obi onim no kra na won ka no ha no ade na ade na black we sisi na me ka say white sana credit o on ti ase say ade na black we so on ka say white ana kwa say Ghana ha no we twa atro na me say odidi me 98.9 bet Kennedy de ono ne de won kwa ne sa. It is some of us a dinner chino, one land near to into your brapa. Because say one could do conquensa, one could depend on conquensa, and say penny for fra, oh boy, you beck wash it. It's the end I have to say the year new conquensa in chatro, you beck can't send it, you know, yani a bread or politicism. Because I dare out there,
would you say, or share the fortunes of a year, or reckon at the Compreko Japan in 2023, and no can be.
Yes, yes, it's what's the machine? It's no crack. And say when you corrupt. And when the betty me aboas, say leaders in here or Ghana ha. And no one so only and 2 months winning. One man penny one way we are baby, we are near her. And maybe not Kennedy none ba air cross central region. Now oh yeah over speeding Kakran police for channel. And our beggar guy, me papa in the Japan. Now how you phone or friend ne papa. Die at him you know say other. I say, I say, my community, or me say, or not, it's the chose, also, I say, my community, or my channel. Was a former police for Namdo Macassa. Police in the GNO. And I say, hello, boss. The patch out and match me banner. I know I'm sure over speeding. No, oh, okay, and then patch out. Move on go to Namfaka and see what my barber. Yes, because over speeding now walk on a bit me a cool, a bit me a joke clever with him. Yes,
Kennedy, yes, sir.
Yes. One can say I am a bantino, and I mean,
my position in the banner coin.
Yes. What's more fun to come for your barber? Because who are a behana dance will be saved. The banana cassa testify will be a same or say. Now, why is our mother who are brutal, a job man tries in the idea, or back Ghana, not or call back, no way overstay you her. It's walk on airport to also imagine $350 and send it to me. I could because of overstay in our way. And our friend papa. None papa show farmer immigration of Simon and Cassa. Or the man I know show. My own tria why no one call money tria no uncle. Kennedy no. Uncle Sammy Banty oh, an officer out there Yabe who to the manico. No, was in my own tria no uncle. The Bansia shocking was here. It is any power in the air. It would be any. The background was one tria no uncle. Then I did a peak of fire or any day. It is any point to say, yes, oh, Ghana. Let's get in our doors no do. A branch or more brabia or be a minister and sape no what to talk down with brutally are they? Will be by see you and then say one of my dollars in Wiche. As who may see you no, not sabi 50 Ghana city crowd to me chebi. Minimum beer, no other chamber and horse self contain and obey mayor. And go ahead. It is a 1 year leader. No, who I am comfortable say no. Mr. President, the one song was a so. It's my shame who see ya obey me. And you be near pay. Because by I say Ghana drone, yeah, you be second in Japan, yeah, Ghana and the bed, they say, I'm acquainting. Go say no crassa. They say, I'm Lantia Beria politics, Munina, or Bow calculate. Seminar appointment to a year. Within 6 months, 1 year, no, I was able to me taught, I say, it's a quite dear Bufuka and say, oh, to me to us, I told mom, guess. na bo se party mpanyinfoɔ mmiɛnsa na ɔmo ko ɔbaa baako ho wei
party mpanyinfoɔ mmiɛnsa ko ɔbaa baako
wei de onim sɛ ma ɛwɔ hɔ
agenda p
me say obi timi tɔ kaa ɔbaa baako no na watɔ kaa de ama no na baako nso so ɛpɛ de sɛ ɔbaa no nso akɔtɔ dan ama no na baako nso pɛ de sɛ ɔbaa no agye visa ama no de no kɔ aburokyire na party ma ɛbrɛ ɛso saa nkurɔfoɔ mo ma ɔbrɛ
agenda p esi party bɛn mu na ɔka ne saa
no ɔdeɛ
agenda p party bɛn mu na ɔka ne saa no
masa me tiri do sɛ ɛmprɛ mi o ɛmprɛ mi ɛyɛ npp yɛ mu ɛmprɛ mi
npp mu
oh yes
mpanyinfoɔ mmiɛnsa korɔ ɔbaa baako ho
meta mi wɔ menya wɔn na mɛsɛn wɔn lie radio so ɔmo anya asɛmfo a wɔn mu di a saa nkurɔfoɔ esɔre a na mo nyinaa mo kɛse tia kennedy ɔhene japan because mo bɛ nya mo ho si atam obi antimi antea mo
saa na ɛkɔ so party no
so enti mo pɛ sɛ ogya mo saa mmara na mo timi kɔ so edi pɛkyɛɛ ɛnyɛ adwuma so tia sɛ eti saa asɛmfo bi sɛ enti na some of us yɛ pɛ sɛ kennedy ba no ana ɔmo so edi saa asɛmfo no so na pɛ sɛ obi bɛ gye ke ɛmmara na ɔmo atimi akɔ so edi saa asɛmfo no kɔ party ma bra
because the thinking is that obi bɛ gye ke soft
oh yes
obi bɛ gye ke ntimi obi bɛ gye ke ntimi nyɛ enna esu a owura kennedy japan ɛdan na di ni bi
yɛtia ne sɛ enipa yi sɛbi ano ampam ɔamrɛ ofiti ya na ɔbaa ya na yɛde no kɔɔ number 2 so ɔte ase ana enjoyment hwɛ ghana ha npp and ndc mmienu woyɛ flag bearer anaasɛ running mate na sɛ ɔparty na anwini election no koraa na wɔwɔ mɔɔka wo ɛmfa so twitwiri deɛ wonya adi kɔ fie nya asɛm ketewa wonim sponsorship a ɛba election mu wedi ba nti obi a ɔbɛyɛ candidate anaa ɔbɛyɛ running mate biara no wɔkɔ na sɛ wɔanwini koraa ɔno ɔmɔ ka yɛne edi n'akyi ne yɛabɔ ka
mo invest mo time mo brɛ mo sika nketenkete am de hye mo na maboka because you're not going to get it back
yes eti wonu no de sponsorship no mebree wo mo so edi n'akyi no o manya bi adi me si enkrofo mebree nim say obi ba je ke de ne kɔ 2028 o hwini
no na obi ba je ke no
oh now I am fancy anwo wani ansa
ndabi agenda p why na obi ba je ke no
omo nim say obi ba je ke we shall abo papa na obisa no
abo papa ni ha me ni agenda p na edi nkomo me ni agenda p na edi nkomo
eti
why na obi ba je ke
Ghana for enkrofo bi a omo adwi mu dɔpa eti nsɛm sɛ mekeka kɔ ya omo hu ba bi amenam Ghana for
me de me hu ye obi ba je ke
but you take them for granted Ghana for omo adwi mu dɔpa obi ba je ke na meka ne omo akase omo hu me si sa enkrofo mi so obi ba je ke ontimi ni election but because of omo benya campaign sika adinti ɛde mu pia no nkɔ wɔn na ebenya campaign sika di ɛnyɛ ne na ɛna na sɛ ya na yɛ wɔfa ya wadoma ko baafi wɔne miraculous aboagye wɔn mo ko sika ho wɔfa ya wadoma ko baafi ɛbɔ miraculous aboagye so boɔ sɛ $39 million ana Ghana cedis wɔfa na communication for esika ne sɛ anka bi na wɔn ko ho tɔkwa wɔn a the same camp o na sɛ wotumi sɛ wɔn di sika wɔn nya kakra di paa eti saafo na na ɛpɛ sɛ yɛmfa obi bagye kemra sɛ de bɛyɛ mbetimi ayɛ dɛ akɔso adidi party no ɔmo nwene ho ɛnɛ obi yɛ biribi a ɛbɛma party na ho ɔden aba fam koraa na ɔnwene ho ne mfa so no obenya wɔ mu no ɛna hia no na sɛ yɛ ne si a ɛbɛdɛn na ɔman na akɔso yɛ ne si a ɛbɛdɛn na party no so ɛtumi afa ntoma pa afira ɛnɛ enthusiasm ananka party ma ɛwɔ party ma ho keka no ɛne aba fam because wɔn mu nim sɛ adeɛ wei ɛnyɛ ɛso so ɔbɛyɛ ne benefit ne deɛ a ɛne ɔbɛyɛ ɛne pani ntimi kasa wɔ party yi mu ɛne panifo nyinaa da ne kwara yɛwura adwuma agye kum kɔfɔ kora ne ɔmayi no si nkyɛn na efi a pani nim no yɛma odue
Happy 99 FM no so agenda p kasa ma ɛyɛ owura Kennedy Akompra ko Japan ɛne mode ɛyɛ nomination form no ma ba file mode aba
na bra me se bra ma bra se na me beduru ha sɛ me pe kwan apie abonten free yard ni masi abonten kwa mitumi
Joyce for some of the videos in the go
man me have say ana me di pie here enipa nam say hey why organic love when you assassin o de wu assassin akura o be si mi ba na mitimi pie we assassin mo mu say twa from fansen de o enya sem keto a ho
na je say we original enya ade amakwa akofo nipa free ba bia
oh
wonu ma no ma yo mo ho say omo epe owura Kennedy Japan asem tu no mo afri etitiri ni benche ya ba
no man kasa o maba bus bi ensi ho ye ye bus nkrofo Kennedy ya ade a ye firi odomu ana ye den ye di edi nachi ye nkrofo bi wo ho a we ya o me se hin da ben ye o mo be o mo die wo be nkrofo be bus o mo ya akotwa me gbo se bus nko a be Kennedy no wonya bohwere mapa obi aba wonu won kasa nkrofo mre o bet wo mo ankasa ene beba so we na den ana Ghana for si papa ni epe empen for si dey bi etimi control
ajana pe na Ghana for ka say papa ni
eya for trotro na kofa Kennedy ho asembra eya akodwom eya akwasakre ha ye boys here tutu phone fi ya nante ho wo beti koma o mudie
no mo nko na ebetimi ahwe o mo say e bia wo mo no mo ka say wo mo pe owura Kennedy akompra ko Japan enti emfa no bra Ghana so 16 region
o ma wa fie yo mo an trotro mo enyo mo na o market enye omo na etonton na omo akwa hu
oni ankra din koma na no nche say eno ye true representation of the entire population omo mbekwa akoto aba
onim say o ye researcher na say me fan say nipa 1 million ana o ye research e wo ho a witimi dey just 1000 per year ubetimi resource
a million ubehia over 2000 ubehia about 2600 and something
for instance
yes
yeah ubenya resource
yes
enti witimi kasa ade na ni nipa 999 people anko kasa na 1 million ni na kasa ansa na wenya resource so what I say eti dia wo ka dia wo tete no da be na wonam kroma obi aka say man fa branch am pa ma ye nto aba da be na kroma ate say man fa ba mi am ye nto aba what bi da
but
what bi da
info analytics omo ye omo survey ba be tuja the survey is predicting say nkene yan fa say kwa akoto aba owura Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia the favorite of delegates or more NPP
okay Ben Epson
yes Mika Ben Epson
yeah we research 2008
Daily Dispatch
oh there 2008 we ma etomu pa 2008 election say we see predict ye nyina eba mu efiri ho kodo oba bia bomb do oba bia wanya bibia correct biem enu bi ne Musa Dankwadi one say I said election
so we cannot trust Musa Dankwa survey now why you know from the camp of Ken you are not trusting the Musa Dankwa survey now why
kasa but say e dey my city up here 2 months ago we be no say Bawumia lead 72% ana ene was we lead 52%
yes.
Another 2 months eba say 32 ana say 2 months we are not drop it 20% eti yenu December mu dey na say 125 so me hwe wono so na ya no research why ya ne dey 2 months ago
so based on the pattern abano if the pattern is to follow
sana ene ebe ba
the next 2 months will be somewhere around October
32 say about 32% and I wouldn't say na say daily guide for so ye bi na ye rakan LED 51.something%.
Yeah.
And no ya no msi o da bi anya no kre. But we na omo de ba ya ekoma omo ne de omo se eye. Na agro ne form. Se o ma mi ewu na so wada e be duru anumre obekire ne obedi. Eti ye de empusu ye kra ye yi adwuma. Edom no pepe Kennedy no omo nunu omo na omo sere. Ye general election no because as me breche on be omo atie. Ye bra ba mi akoba bi a no makọ ba se krofom de akosia no. Mo ye sa mu hu ma ho ode. I was say, Mumma, one more crona casemuno, or Messiamo, no who are horde amor. Now, for Bassin for the quart, obey then one who are then. Sana, when so almost sat or moye. It's all ye now do because yao, my uncle say a horde about from 2 years, Shana Kakanoma boom, because daily guard for the one there by no. You were born young Crawford, I said, I will, and your papa, I find a papa ni baba. Say no much show me the other. So, it's me case, you were Musa Dankwa, the other band, say, me to ma, never be a me free bad no. Because all man the catcher say a dear guy the enemy into a fen or papa no eba papa de free fan eba.
So the convention is that
papa ni free
the convention is that it is cooked.
Oh,
Sana
Crawford
can
bet media na media me shada am fast ana man in adwuma pa me de metie form because me form nipa. Eti me kwa market e metie me fro trotro metie. Me du ba bia nipa group a metime de ho asemba me nya resource. Sa no man na ehye me krama mu se Ghana for Epe Kennedy. Opa bie phone line. Na nkrofo mfre. Na hwe nkrofo mbeka se man fa Kennedy amaye nto aba. Da be na ati se obi se man fa Bawumia ama na se bran ama na adutwuma amaye nto aba. Otibi. The moment on best as a man fa ni person mesi ama ye nto aba na se wono no omope. Omo ye bi ma na nado. 2010 ye be presidential primaries. NPP penifo ka kire se ye ntie form na de form for no kan ye nto aba ma no. Because abi no obi ase opekufo ado. Ade na no mbeka de same asem. on be cancer be in favor of Kennedy on Japan. Ebekɔ ne favor enti se omu timi meka me se omu pa campaign omu yenye ne se na be obi ani obi atem no omu nka tell aspirant bi ase wokɔ a ka tell delegate no de waye aboa party no de waye ama oman Ghana eye wa pocket money odi ayi bibia bo oman no afa owi a ka tell delegate ne se omu tie form de form for no pe no omu to abama no omu ma aspirant bi anka sa asem no
anentina wo so kire ne wa wodi botom sikayo e de ama oman Ghana
eno na kire se wo oman no ho do ense wutimi yusu botom sikayo bibi mo oman ne de a ene e wo betimi e de oman sika aye bibi ama oman no hwe 37 here yayi
when agenda B, when did that become a criteria? Because we've had president ahodo no yenya nyina no why omumudian e na betimi aka se ansana oba be mampanyini ansana oba be mampanyini no no ade ne botom sika aye bribi a eso e won faso de Ghana fo bebre no
generation bia ne de generation bia ne de so what I say ye abresu ye hwe abrabo a wanka so aba ma ho na obi a se wusi me ba maka se na obi da chamber horse control mu obeye mayor no afedi watoto adan eti hwe oba ni botom nye eti ye de no wode aba ne hu yie eti pe obi a ono abobra na ono akasa di bi abo oman eno che se o tema ma oman no na ka Kennedy 6 million kwesi KWADWO and Dialysis Center 37 sa 6 million office what me family company e ma ne ma e mo enjoy esu akwaya wodi e ya ma 37 military hospital wodi che mu free woni share bia wom hwe 2015 a dum so baaye na office Tamale Tamale teaching hospital no mo de torchlight na operation Kennedy awonye sremni no a wo free asan no wono ene ekoyi sika eto plant edima Tamale teaching hospital ema omutimi de adwuma ho sa be ne wo sremfo bebre o me MPs ye wo sremfo bebre o me running mate ye wo sremfo bebre o me ministers eso obi antimi anya sa contribution Kennedy na di bottom sika abre wonye sremni so hwe Konfano teaching hospital na cancer machine asay o man no grant me anya sika nsie cancer machine no just $145,000 o mamu ni anya sika amfa nsie cancer machine no Kennedy na kwa no koto no bottom eyi sika $145,000 say mo fa nsie cancer machine no na cancer ya de ekodi ewu a ekum nipa eti say nipa wetimi asia wo de o man sika sha ne sa o de be she ne bottom
agenda B 1 minute past the hour of 3 happy 98.9 FM na so go so ati ne EpaHoaDaben I'm saying say Eniema bebre no ano na ekoso na sempi no na ekoso e was the headquarters of the New Patriotic Party agenda P ekasa ema owura Kennedy akomprekon Japan mako akwa file from nomination forms na wie
na megusu na
what next
yeah you say the ahwe ani mu di say party man no mo obi anfa sika na ada omo enipa no obesi su ankɔhye ho ma o brother da o mu di o mu ministers ni o mu vice ni de keka ho no o mu anfiu enye nne na wo akwanya se wo kire wadwene odi sika ba beto sika no de ba ese wo say part of bra wa bra party no and wo bra allowance etiji nadi na fetu aba na ma area Kennedy ho na Japan because wono ene betimi age power ma 2028 apart from Kennedy no ebeye den eno ani mu program yo wo si EpaHoaDaben eti se Kennedy ya yusu papa wei na ene da ba biem ne ebenya o mampani o baba obetimi de nsa si ne bo ama ade no se e wona na hokra na nya obetimi aka eti EpaHoaDaben biem ena ne 2028 na eno ani 31st January 2026 no 31st January 2026 you know general election e ma Ghana for I'm telling you see ebe win election na 31st January 2026 ya Kennedy win ya adwuma na si
mame na wase agenda P ekasama owura Kennedy akomprekon Japan mame na wase enenom ahayehye popa na menim se mia hodo amoko nyina ne dwumadi amudie nyina no bo modin dimochi na de bekoso obia bibia betofo mbia no ye de bebre etiefo na yefo a womo agi emre ehwentien dane da nyina no mienu ekopim no nsia na yetena se ya pon me no wasem wo uwie chiri ho a jo no bekasa
de chat we minimum nuanu bi by Richardson ya branch bi a obo adwuma Kennedy pa o ka me ho ene yenu aba Olivia Evira me dey am timi ka Evira
betimi abo
masa wodi na dede wo se me dey Evira
edinka wakama sei
enti no omo enkwala na omo bo mo modi ye pa nyamisire omo nyina
nyamisire bia happy 98.9 FM na so ati en dwumadie no EpaHoaDaben ene de brɛ wo no
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe. EpaHoaDaben. EpaHoaDaben. EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
One thing is for sure, NPP, flag bearership race, be very tight, whether we like it or not. As of mine, and I believe say party mano etimi ebo muhumodin year, ekom hobomwa. There is a possibility the party can come out stronger. I think that what they have been preaching for most of the time, say unity, say party nebitimi akom huabomu. And na womu etimi ata obi biara obetimi edi nkunimechire. But enkomo no NCA. It's all about the coso and us and when it is happening. The coso ni no dia ye try a home for ni at the Facebook. I can see some of the visuals of the coso the NPP headquarters. Maminka will say ye di and come via Modiana press conference the new patriotic party won ebetimi abobi e de atremo se de be yam betimi enti atensem a the party no e kan ye menua ya yeboa e kasa anase wodinamu e de ma owura Dr. Brian Champon yaw
menua
me mo han
mejo so na won so hu tse
ye kurakura mun kakra sa no miensan ba ne sa se me no ka se de akaka na dokadu
dokon kran
odrun kran
dokon kran
tienye den a ene no nomination forms no ya de am be file
formality nomination form hunhumu ya file dada
ma file nomination form no hunhum
de be pie hunama ne bia na pie di kan si hunhumu no Dr. Brian Champa file edinkunim dada ni aka bia eyese be pie hunama ni na odasane ni be hu nti jitum se ene se na yankopon ti mo po wahese no ene ne o se pie hunama ni na oti asefo eso ani kosua hu ya dance die keke ne wo munne na ne tituru pa se na medi kaka no ya file dada wo dinkunim kran so dada
aso ba manfo hu bi sa no se hunhum no
onipa bi a wote ase bia no oye hunhum na wote ase nti de betu bia no se hunhum awu oye wote ase wuo but Dr. Brian Champon ne hunhum te ase ya ebo na chidom no ye honhom te ase nti ye dikan afile ye dikan kwa awrade anim e de yasam akoto nanim awrade nru awrade asafo awrade ote honhom kan John chapter 4 verse 22 so ni obesoma awrade no so osoma no kuram ene honhom nti ote honhom nti ye dikan e de awrade de no amma no wo honhom ya file ya peke wo honhom epie honamani ya file wo honhom enne se wote ase na techema de omu abodwemu na moja de omu afrosan wani so behu nti honhom de ya file
grounds no to send for Dr. Brian Champon.
Dr. Brian Champon edinkunim ansa na obesha ase
kwan benso
abribia ne de erade eye there comes the opportunity, there comes a leader. Abraham no kase. So po leader rade ashano. So ombeji MPP emfi amane hunu aye hui. Empa pemu aye hui. Kase ntwi aye hui. Atemtidi aye hui. Emfanko bosha asase so a. Na ye owura Dr. Brian Champon. Meji medisa o ye Kristoni. Abraham na nyame ye na agene so beyi ne ma efinku asomu no wode owura Moses shase Moses ekonkon bia ekodu bewi na wayemre na wo se nya bebunu foforo a erade de franka ne bekura no na obegye ne ma nti owura Joshua ebe sok franka ne na de won koi na se odu ani to yemra na Moses ekono na Moses the ohwe na chiri pa ye Aaron ebedi Moses break akra Moses ka so ko zana akobompa ya aba no ba hu se na menteme ho ase
asi Israel for nintem
and now me know ka say ura akufu ado na Moses odadwuma no Yankopɔn se bia wo de bepima ani no
wa wie
ne de nti na abe de odantamu no aye Aaron no meka so ura ba omia obeso Israel fo mu no ohun se ne menteme ho ase kasantwi de ensida esie Israel fo mama eso no ho ni to se rade pagya ura Joshua tina meka so se hum wiase no asafo Awurade wa pagya ura Dr. Brian Champon sadada akasa be daddy no ni port ase ebi hu no onya pagya ne nsa na ohunu a wo se MPP bu edim from afufuro bi beba enfram eye asomdwie enfram eye nkabom enfram eye odo enfram eye ntiase ebeba MPP mu
ya na se meti wase amintwa no na sisi eye kasa ipa de se okọ NPP amanyoku no a samframa hodo ya obubobodi ne nyade bi wo MPP amanyoku
owure ye okasa ya ansa metena
agenda 1 agenda P
otie na no kasa yen totwa ya mpia yen kansem fankofo onye onokwo wonzo kasama ye owura Aaron amekan ono so sa menteme ho ase anko difa ye mane nko benkum man en papemu what adwen ho se ede enti na beba se a very long lived convention of the party na it says that kabribia ye ko posi ye to ebo ase se party free form ye da basoro and na ye se yensesa no ni yensesa party ni mfisoro emra form
is that to say there is a machination of a sort
yeah there nyame asine hene no ye nje sa na ma ne to ye Jesus Christo na si hene Christo na si hene Christo si ye wura Dr. Brian Champo enti ye machination onipa da se ni ususu ye nyame susu ye oni by trust empties onipa be se but the rade agina tuo na bebem ye gitu mu pi se rade agina tuo ene owura Dr. Brian Champo eno ti ne ye be sha agoro we ase no ye de kra ye nipadua ye hom na ye bia kwose rade nsa na ye de gitum se ene ya choronto se abebem ye owura Brian Champo the Joshua of our time will lead MPP from where we find ourselves, the misunderstanding, the disunity, and all that is happening now into a place of safety, a place of togetherness, a place of unity, a place of victory, 2028.
Without him?
Sir, Nyankopon si wa henche, na ufa a henche swa.
Obi ansomoda.
Ube ye wafemu die bo nipa femu se ube ye hencha na fidie de asoa no ese uti na atofom ebi asibda David ba na hencha na nyane dia no person be fa sebu akwa so be fa ni nu akuma fa akire ai friend say Solomon ebe fa nti sa hencha nya wo dia minua sana meka no owura Dr. Brian Champo wiase nyame asini hene na kasa be daddy wa bonte
and I say big bia bio you will not campaign again because whom we are all waiting for the eventual manifestation of whatever has happened in the spirit realm.
Enti da no na owura David onyame asini ahencha dada enso na wo se David eboaboa na ho nti David wiase fam no na honam fam no kotena asere so ana David te no na odi siesie no ho aba bedi Israel hene kesepa into even though say Nyankopon asiwa henche no wonso wo famu de e wo se oboaboa ho na se eba beto honamu a watimi adi ni yie na yeye santesa anka ono nyame obo ni wiase no ebere so be reconcile enipa to himself na ka o mefa kwate bia ento no say Yesu Kristo ono no bo wiase na nko betimi aye bibia but ebere so was ofa nipa na one nipa ntemate na nipa ensuro no na woje nipa fi bone wiase mu no fi roboro samsem no obefa akwate bia se ohunam eto no so na obeye hunam adwuma ebe yi asuafo ɛka no ho bɔntoa ɛde nsɛmpa brɛ nipa nti ɛbrɛ yi ɛntoabɔ ɛka ho sɛ wobɛbɔ ntoa wo nyasua bɛbɔ ntoa wasɛm w'ani soade hunu obotaeɛ nti a wopɛ sɛ wode di dɔm anim no wode nene ɛno nti ɛne yɛkɔ no nkyerɛ sɛ yɛnim deɛ Awurade aka yɛnim deɛ Awurade aka na yɛka gyina afidie so sɛ MPP foɔ nyinaa sɛ wɔn nya akoma tɔyɛ mo wɔn nya abotrɛ kyerɛ sɛ na medi kankan no ɛbrɛ a ɛba a ɛde asomdwie ne nkabom ɔdɔ ne nteaseɛ a yɛde yɛ adwuma no ɛba sabi efie bie ni mu a yɛde mpapa mu ɛkyekyere ɛmpo no kyerɛsɛm mu no ɛmra nipadɔm no ka ho bɔ mu sɛ wɔn pɛ sɛ wɔkɔ Awurade nkyɛn no na wɔn na aka kasakorɔ wɔn na ayɛ adwumakorɔ wɔn na aka ho bɔ mu no wɔto afasuo no edu bebi na ho akɔnyia sɛ Awurade sɛ ei saa nipakuo yi sɛ yɛamfa kasa mu ntintimu ama a wɔn botae no bɛyɛ deɛ bɛbɛm deɛ trɛ ne sɛ nipa ka wɔn ho bom nipa dwene bom na nipa yɛ adwuma bom wɔ nuadɔ obuo abotrɛ ne kasapa so a nkonimdie bɛba saa deɛ wei ne kura owura Dr. Brian Champo or the MPP or the obroni friend unifier or the obroni friend humility or humble. He's very affable. Obibi obekon in chambia sabio yera na betna no oka so open minister ne short stay in government under the KWADWO administration obi enapono pa to homa MPP fo so yi Dr. Yao Brian Champo obi ni nachi MPP mebunu na ne ma no de ma no ye sononkon unzo ye bebunu omemu ha yenya omampani a sebi onye pensioner before ye started Fourth Republic we ye Jerry John Rawlings ano no ye soldier aban a ode ba obi ebenya ne bia ye pensioner for the first time ye benya an active brain obi a adwene no emreye for want of better word a very active brain. He's so much involved in a lot of things and then and you only find it in Dr. Brian Champo. Or ye bebuno na osha ninsano nyuma mpo na and support the fact that he's still young. So what I say, into a clarion call for all the youthful people of Ghana. A clarion call for all those who want this country to progress in a better and a proper direction. And Odi Brian asumdue hine no ono ni wura Dr. Yao Brian Champo. Dr. Yao Brian Champo ede enkabom friend enkabom hine Odi Brian. Say na afa no afa we ankwa yempene da bi. He is the most compromised candidate Odi asumdue ebebre. Oba he you say he appears to all of us like President Kufuor in 1996. Emra na Kwame Mpianim professor ene Professor Dubois hen tokwa sore den na mentemi ho asem papa mu no the only candidate obeka party ni bomu was the then Jack Dental Dines John Ejukum. Ura Dr. Brian Champo, for me, he comes with that euphoria. He comes with that environment, the aura that brings people together, that works together and achieve results. One, he's a winner and he's an achiever. He's a bold leader and a proper negotiator. Under the Republic State of Ghana, what has been consistently lacking a leader or a proper negotiator, a leader who can negotiate. So if you take most of our bilateral first trade agreement, we have reduced ourselves. And at this particular moment, we need a leader who will take bold decisions, a leader who will negotiate big on behalf of Ghana to change the narrative from just a mere freedom state into economic freedom Ghana. To deliver Ghana from Ohia, Abebrese, and Yama Bebresi, Yamanemuano, an extension of poverty. Ye human be obey lead Ghana. Every ohiemwa, then we need a bigger negotiator, a bold leader. Look, I don't know be pride no say mineral be I could discover. What me negotiated 10%. Same mineral na discover in France and Oslo, Norway. Norway for now retaining 78% for the people of the Norwegians. Who retaining 10% when it means that you are not a good negotiator.
It was described as one of the best deals that we've ever had within the extractive sector.
It is mediocrity. When your mind is unable to comprehend, so down on me will be cast. What's you? Wajao sika diamond was metime self-contained talk at Yamboabaso. Ubi Yamana Assassin, will leverage assassin and they build a sick company. I'm a nafanipa. It is how big you can perceive your imagination that determines your output. And Dr. Brian Champon, who share a private life to build the biggest hotel in Africa, constructing the longest runway in the world. Want to be proud? Say, you got the biggest runway. You can runway acquire in the world. No, you Ghana, an entrepreneur from Ghana who's been able to build it. Who are in the biggest hotel in Africa. Ghana, to your Ghana in our Amsterdam, we are Ghana in our New York, we are Ghana in our Mexican City. Near the biggest hotel in Africa, and I say Ghana. It takes somebody who could dream big, a visionary person, a person with foresight. But what I say, there are people who says, "Oh, we have ideas," but those ideas has never materialized into anything. It has always remained an idea. We are talking about somebody who don't only have an idea, but his ideas has materialized into big things.
Just onyene keke, odwene
ye. Osia, oye. Osia de yo ya Brian Champon and one some the air cano. Mameka Sembintro. When him said the shortest thing that Unya word agri ministry. He's done what has never been done in the history of Ghana. If it in 1947 he started yesterday Kukubo there starts a Ghana colonial masters Gold Coast ye ton cocoa de amo bruni. Abribia ote syndicated loan. Me amado cocoa. Meduya koko ado koko ati koko ata koko edu ne ton so a me akoko ne am de se mensan konko ba besian beto koko ni fi koko akuani yo de obeto koko no trem be bia menkoje besian enti ga menua sefa wo beto me koko me ya wa metu me koko se ya koko na me ba beto no ko bank e o koje besian na fa beto koko no akuafo na mo to ton koko ni ma me na me mako be bia koje besian akwakotua besian no ene wu nsi hu Yera Brian Champo benya akwen so you know what the entire mature is a bigger negotiator and a bold leader no? He told yen off takers amo amuto yen koko you know what cocoa is an essential product. You need cocoa as much as I do need to produce. In this open me cocoa dia wo kona ko besian ni influence hu nsi hu ma na bra me me wo product no na beto obeto then I decide the price I meto amount. So what it means is say yen konko tua nsi hu bio and then this buy amuntwem they are continue it and na they buy it because by you were able to retain the greater part of because yen nsi hu bia ye kotua into you need nsi hu dia plus and minus it is announced for the first time between 2000 and 2023 Dr. Etimi Maye increase cocoa price from 800 Ghana cedis to 1,300 cedis. Almost 50% increment for the first time as a Greek minister. The second year, the increment by moving from 1,300 to 3,000
Ghana cedis. I was there when they announced.
More than calculate the percentage difference. More than 100% in the history of Ghana from 1950. What in 1957 or 1960, a Republican state to date, not any a Greek minister being wa. And I say at every cocoa board has drifted between agric and finance. Yeah, finance minister and now Greek minister what me increase cocoa katuamu 100% ever. Dr. Brian Champon. I don't know to me, he's a bold leader. He's a big negotiator. And maybe a Ghana do know, a young leader, or ben negotiate on behalf of the people of Ghana. Into Sankaya mining, and as a extractive industry now. So if America now, so if Europe now, so if the Emirates now, the president of the Republic of Ghana negotiate on behalf of the people of Ghana, and that is the person we are talking about. And he negotiate and retain bigger interest of our product for the people of Ghana. It is like a gold now, barbeto, and now barbeto oil. Okay, as a matter for our equipment, beto oil, we will retain 80% of what our extractions. If you can, but we don't chicken out. We give 90 to 95% to foreigners, and then Ghana retains only 5%. And no, any ebra we na say betimi we need a youthful person, an energetic person, a person and it's a bio and homa didi ni mono enso, so that he can do this for us. And ye nyawo obi biemu apart from Ura, Dr. Brian a champion. Yesterday MP before say baby ayedui. Ye hian leader Obama asumdue ni tetru me de bia me kase efi asumdue ni mu no nkunimdi enye de eni ho wa kire se awesome party and de bia me kase mbi look Yesu Kristo me ye Kristo ni ntia abribia me Yesu Kristo na me de eye me faton wono mpo obo ni wiase no obesom ye into bibia opese odi ekuo bia ni mu no, or you should be somebody who is ready so obesua de. And now, so we ready so obesum. So Osha, Dr. Brian Champon, political development, Minia was MPP. Was Amanyo Kono, ewo ne capacity as ordinary person into leadership. Was MPP, akosum abetifi mine. Wabesum MPP, ababesum Ghana mine. A basse leader, a provider. Obia sebio woni nam na okwa hu yehia mu oboa ebiri bia party bekwa hu yehia ma party ehia mu ano ontwetwe ne nase edan no oka. Do you know say sebio ye beko 2024 elections ye candidate no no ankasa di yanim ayeko no all the security report ba chese no lose na cabinet top people why na amunim but owura no one do party na bro. A bribi and a party in him more biano. One casame de musica to them, Nanache or Boa party. No. He's one of the biggest donors of the party. So on the party way near into by a sure say, Uncle Bekunu, and then the Japadi and BBA their some party. Or the party needy. Party no sujinidi. A brain asum. Say party in Abe Sorenia can one boom. Near the Ahua papa beta uranechi. Not the Yamitin po. Emma MPP no ebebem na metrim po ne sen and say Owura Brian Champon ebedi MPP party nanim no de nkunim de ebebre.
Yeah, mami musa grassroots at the same because I know say Owura Brian Champon is one of the persons that oko grassroots nipa bebre no e kan ho asem. How would that fit into a year power pe say party man nyina no and as delegate bitimi akwato abama no come a year January again. Onim say empanyimfo yi a omayom ho asiwe bebre no ano na empanyimfo ahodo nso ba beto machire ye wonipa ahodo bi anase empanyimfo ahodo bi a wo mu ada na di obi ti say Owura Davidson so poku Owura Hobson Adoye Kwame and Apia kubi mu o mada na di pefe say onipa omugidie so betimi di party nanimu for victory in 2028 Owura Brian Champon sansen kano ekoye mamode
party were grassroots for there MPP party. If you say yes, a party na since 1991, na a club, DANQAH club, ni Buzia club. Inti na ye omni be for a mate for. Unse MPP pen a co-position they call Mokola Kosresa they board party no. Party where one hour that from one party. Party where ye crash for party. Party where ye knew be of the media party near media. MPP nibi. Owura Brian Champon, Sanotia, or da form. Oba, only Only BF4 and the tone said didi. Here, my make us, and when we say party we call opposition, I have Bribiama for Casa. Party we call opposition between 2009, 2008, near Wabem. MBB call opposition 7th January 2009.
Yeah.
If he die a call opposition, because see a bar bemu biono. Your party headquarters, a more than 1 year Juma ono. Ura Dr. Brian, a champion Tuamoka from 7th January 2009 to see a bar bemu 7th January 2017. It's record. Obi bi oye adwuma our party headquarters asalam down it tonight between 7th January 2009 to 7th January 2017. I samba ba 8 solid years no ura Brian Champo e de tu amu naka. Nti ye kasa grassroots. Ye kasa grassroots. Yamwa party. Look, let me tell you. Akwatia nanu ya akwatia. Yebeko 2024 election. Yenu ya ba ama say ujina fa. Yenu ya neskumi nyame mfa ne krensi. Ujina fa menteme ho ase. Ede entia. Ama fo se wa bre party no kwan fa so gi tumi fi ura baba jama ansem ne kwan fa so den eyi ne ompenement. Ura Brian ewura mu asama. Ebribia ne leader nyame de mai ti asesa. Eka wa bo metua. Ne yemfa odo ene nkabom yasa obesum party do sika bebo party wama na ebedu obi ne yi wasi nche obi anwene kawabo ho wase mamenya nso na akotia be kabom okabom an yekoji tumi ne fi ndi sinsem eno na grassroots adwuma say grassroots wo problem now ko hwe problem be problem ne fi na anya wano hunu akeke na odekoka okọ na ode practical solution edeko na odeko bo grassroots. That is what is been known for. Minimamfo ayare grassroots kwa ne kasa bebere ni na twase na ne ba school fees ana o yare jeko tua o ba school fees jeko yese ni na so obeso grassroots for na sene amuhia mu amuyaw mu amupain mu obewo ho any day for them, and that has been Dr. Brian Champo. Emebunu ewa MPP mu ana mo pe akonya akosua de akwala wa twa correct onisika obi kura person onya scholars kosua de abruche o say aban timi mfa saa kanini na mosum ye party ma aban sika ode so enyafo ne moborofo asen esua etimum me ankasa metwa me educational fund MPP fo nkola ambese musua de onu ankasa kona ko in the last check between 2017 to 2024 and kola for onu ankasa nsem MPP fo nkola they over 528 of them 528 of them. Who the constituency? Grassroots assembly ye ken so ba for you funu. Say okode card. So every day obe wo. Owura nankasa fact on ho so. Ufa funu kona kohwe. Eno kra de onsem se oye MPP ana ndisi. Oba bi e wo mprae so ufa furu a onu ankasa bosumi bi akọ hospital bes wundura ohia nsu ani besu so. Se be yo CS ne ken na owura Dr. Brian Champo.
In his constituency.
Asama making ufra call, they will tell you. Benefua, I'm a few 65 years. I'm as pensioners. Bosumi bia onwa bia stores, outlets. Onwa kasa bia outlet, millionaire dad. Bosumi bia some penny for the aged no a total serpent of our friends, 100 Ghana cedis allowance for you. Into ukwa so beto asichiri. So the beton milo, so the beton shoe. 100 cedis all corner shop where you go and spend. This is grassroots. Grassroots they say, yeah, boa party mawo from nam humbe here ham. And then grassroots they can and one they understand of grassroots. Say one hour from now, amu need the bigger kono. Yeah, fuck when be so the abwam. Now I'm sitting in bed ebekoye.
Yeah, you believe that nobody does it better than Dr. Brian.
As a matter of fact, you started the 4th Republican Friends the Constitution. From 1993, Yenya MPBA were providing more jobs for his people than both MPP and DC. MPBA ni wa be the MPP won imped to betuma a Juma will provide ama and kofono or come even 10% close to Dr. Brian Champo and Senate. Rock City alone employs over 1,800 people or running 3 shifts.
Yeah.
Amotun Tarea so Rock City alone, they are more than 100. And it's 3 shifts. Ansa na wakɔ kitchen. Saa nipa ni na ɔfam wɛnfa. Sɛ me obi MP bi a wonim no from 1992. I will include Abambagbende on the Speaker of Parliament because he's the longest serving member of Parliament in the history of Ghana.
Yeah.
Ono kroni bi woni krom. Not even MPP. MPP are buying from President Kufuor Breso. 1992 MPP 1996 friends 97 MPP members of Parliament. Judge Mensa Amam Breso. Basically the 8th Parliament 2024. Obieni wa part where produce obetimi in he has provided more jobs in his constituency. I am being in his constituency baby ofra ya told swabama be MP were providing more jobs than Dr. Brian Echampo. Tell me one. Tell me one. We are talking about both direct and indirect. Let me tell you. So when it comes to the achievement, he is unmatched. Yeah, I can't digitization. Chrome you started digitization properly. Hey, Dr. Brian Echampo.
Dr. Brian Echampo started digitalization.
People are making Chrome payment platforms are. Yeah,
no, I'm asking for that.
Okay, so the TPS payment platform he designed it. That time, no mobile interoperability was nowhere. He designed it. First, now you are man for a tabletop. The biggest IT firm in Ghana, Chrome IT firm super will be out there, even into IT, Dr. Brian Echampo there. Most of the mobile apps and they use it is from his company. Go, I'm giving you an information. So go back. Okay? He's a leader. Over the real estate company, he's a leader. Into entrepreneurs, Chrome top 10 entrepreneurs are won't mean he needs in chain. And he's shown the way. He is not only an IT guru in Ghana. Let me tell you, go to economists do you know the biggest economy in Africa is Nigeria? And he's a pioneer in Nigeria when it comes to IT.
The biggest now is South Africa.
South Africa, yeah. Yes, and Nigeria
in terms of GDP.
I get it.
Yeah.
And he's a pioneer in those countries. Etu enya anu keke. Hwe ye ka grassroots. MP Ben or your member of parliament or Timika say me if you region ye 33 constituency. Me ti say na BBP can as a sitting member as a sitting member of parliament from Eastern region. Eastern region were 33 constituencies. So out of the 33 constituencies, a 27 constituency there. You're in parliamentary candidate every month. Memo will be 100,000 Ghana cedis to support my constituency. What is grassroots more than this? I catch them so MPP more on only region. If some of them are region, I'm not constituency where 6. Some of them are region constituency where 7. You should give me one name. Central region, I'm constituency now 23. Give me one person. Okay? Out makers were 10 constituency. Parliamentary candidate every month or more be 50,000 Ghana cedis. Tell me one. We are talking about grassroots. Sikano dem are peaceful na ekwanfa. Grassroots. Obi maami ewu. Obi kwakware. Obi yese. See Fanson party masene. 33 constituencies in Eastern region. He single-handedly took charge of 27. So, all the Kazani constituency can 28. Dr. Baumia, Ekwakwepe president, EBD MPP flag bearer. Also, Doctor, Ghana had now boka. Me, Dr. Brian Echampo, Mefa Eastern region, concentrate to other ones. No. A copy of a Eastern region, I will promise I will pay. He paid.
For Dr. Mahmoud Baumia.
Dr. Baumia, we are talking
in
about
2023.
In 2023.
Eastern region.
Dr.
Baumia never spent a dime.
He decided that doctor needed to concentrate on the other regions because we believed in his message in 2023 that he was going to rope in the Islamic vote because he has said that MPP needed to win the Islamic vote.
Yes.
MPP needed to win the Zongo vote. MPP needed to win the Northern vote. And it was true. Senka 2024, Dr. Baumia message or the buyer, sanka ye so by emfaso and ye winning the northern vote, the Zongo vote, and the Islamic voter, and can you see a two opposition? He believed in his message and decided to support him wholeheartedly.
Dr. Bemia never paid a dime for Onuani.
It's on record.
Onuani campaign.
It's on record. It's on record.
In Eastern region.
The primaries in Eastern region.
Primaries, of course, ahead of the primaries.
Yes. He never paid a dime, not one Ghana city in Eastern region. Dr. Brian did this because he believed in the grassroots and he believed in the cause of the party. What am I saying? And the day of voting in Eastern region, you can grassroots, you have grassroots, on your person, Kuminyan fan is to the VND. And in some other case, out there you can go and verify. What's it? Every constituency, Mumbai 200 Ghana cities. Every polling station, not every constituency, in Eastern region, we have over more than 20,000 polling stations in Eastern region. Would I say 10,000 poor? I say every constituency on the D-Day, Mube here, Mube here, I my polling station. Every polling station, he donated 200 Ghana cedis. So I'm more president Nibiadino. Their contribution to the party. Tell me, they should come out because Sabio, Opa say party attitude I can force will be show. Emma will say fear. Also share now that we see it to do. Party may be a vice president. Party no rate here. Yeah, contractor and the boss adje. The informant to call back. They should tell us the Amodia party, the Moamodia Boa party from their own constituencies, their own regions. Yanka national. KWADWO and Kasakasa Tunanum Toka 2017. Right down to him becoming a president. His biggest contributor financially in 2016 election was Dr. Brian Echampo. Who the number of pickups or top war party? It is a case will be a grassroots. Me from me who are me from me Nansa, me from me Sika, and war party now. Let me tell you, he's unmatched. Was some grassroots pa. Ne brasso see be peja grassroots mu na ahene e de abedi anim. Ni o te grassroots for yem kom. Ni o te grassroots for ni nsuom. No me be pamae. No me kan grassroots nya de embom ni emfa nkopre to me. 2028 ebeye dianse 2016 2024.
2028 be dianse in 2020.
I am telling you.
If you say if delegates kokoto aba January na oman to aba amfama Dr. Brian Echampo.
And no the medical card ANC because
okay.
Then
I want to ask the question.
He is the Joshua of our time. Let me tell you. Ada Nyankopon katre Moses on phone akonyanto for me. No di kan say.
But so come say Masaya.
Nyankopon nitro. Nyankopon
ti say Nyankopon aka honhom no.
Ebe dead.
Eno an ebe dead.
Eno an ebe dead.
Say FPP delegates kokoto aba
this January 31st. Dr.
Brian Echampo.
Obedinku.
And obedinku.
Wadinkunim.
Obehim Frank Adiama ye
part. Oyenkunim difo. Oyenkunim difo. Na osuma wasum no so no. Let me tell you. Onyankopon. Aya bribebre no hwe onipa kora de wo nsem no nam so de de hira. So onim sa.
Yes.
O modern ba obo abrabo mu onyame hwe so de hira wo. Nti da no. Emra Samuel kodu Jesifie. Ni ehu abi mu so. Hey, we de na nko no fata no so de bi wonyame yi na si nchen. David Jesikra na ne refi so obabi friend David otesere so kan ndwan. Ebre no ni. De nyame asan ngo so ono obedi MPP anim e de akwa ekokun Goliath 2028 no Dr. Brian Echampo na nyame asem empa ho ebebem so na niwe na so behu awrade kese ya
Happy 90.9 FM ena wasugusu achi no owura ya yeboa kasa de ma owura Brian Echampo Dr. ene obe file ni nominations no the headquarters of the New Patriotic Party yedin komo afa ne ho ene the prospect so betimi ahim franka ediama NPP amanyoko no come 2028 general election which presidential and parliamentary elections na there are a lot anyway no ania come him say ebre na aka no we are talking about financial issues within the party wabo so say yade a waboa party ne emere bebree. So that means say delegate ejitum to abamano. The help that he's been given ebrebi etwamu no is going to increase.
Aya bebree de depend nim dipa dodo ne nim say ope obi oya hobrase ne osum pa omo amate amon sei menya sure say amomu bia betimi abeka say biribi ya atwam ko na okurakura ye penifo bi bag omo amate amon na asampaza mu di president e wa MPP ne aspirant obi no betimi aka say wa ye PA e de ma party chairman before na party secretary before me ametiwe ye wura say John Tias na me som no me ya ne somfo boafo so ko ma som no ye wura Brian Champon enye so fiti ya no obeye kase o Oshase no ye P personal assistant edema yewra Jacob Tebilamte otanka nyame fa ne currency o de sa asum no esum hunhum no esum su na woni mu no eno no de ba besum MPP nti enye sika fam nko ano pese osum party no ahoden fam nyansa fam nimdie fam ahobrase fam bibi bia rade de adom no de abɔ no se brand champion no eno no de besum MPP medical catro emri bebre odi nkaboma bre party no odi nkabomo bre party no odi asumdue MPP fie ejadem de bia odi asumdue bre MPP party no enumu na nkunimdie de ewo so what I say edana na me fo so hu konkro ne bese na ebi so oti ojem otim from em but enhwere market we bia asumdue kwam no de buy enu na brand champion doctor e de bre MPP ni titiro ya asumdue ene nkabom na ne sommus no de ebuo ne nidie ana esom senya na anu yi a ye ka se ye kɔ contest ya ohia party fo na oka ne soma Ghana ha obi nka nkyem da so wate se owura Dr. Brian Champo bie na no kasada so what be that apart from so ye na adwen se opese odi MPP anim na party machia na mbuza se wo de ye nim mo a wo de aboa party na opese osum ye nim mo a wo de aboa party no ne se enum no o kire wonye obi o ye papa ma ni fa benkum po bete no jina radio so and I mean ye say onye se nipa na emri ya ye ken na wo se party fo no hunu de onim no also e de ete so what I say and no de betu dwei and beyond them boss you obiem be deny say owura de wo kan de wo tia wo tia ayampia si ye di atem ye kaka sentry eno ye mfa ntikere party amanyoko enye emotions minim se na ne tweet
enye watenka
enye atenka eye fat no kre ntofu say so bi kan no kre na so asam no kan nya no kra fa wo counter fat eden ebra enye watenka se wakana because wo ntimi nyentin odi tu no da bi oti dadada mfie 8 years here ye ba mu what is all can samda what when cross akoja radio so kra interview da he is not that person he's a thinker oni bebre de kasa
one day menene ye interview
wa he obi a what afidikase yet say
menene ye interview once
afidikase yet say happy FM na 8 years in government a key member of the party once he is not a talker he's a thinker. There are thinkers and talkers. People who really think deep, they hardly talk. Because a brain out they kasano.
Or they jene.
John or Jenny. Inti debio any because yaw. Media near Cassia na me yo monsumun yanketwan. Because me to me mayamo monketwan. Now when I Cassiano. So me yaw brand there. I am thinking to do the unthinkable. So I don't have time for a lot. And young say because a real sending nyame bo nipa no sending wa bo bia. So what I say, wuti afidie ochichi mfuru me. Obi so ti baby oboa. Ye wo bia ne de awade de dom no. Nti ono no de ne say niam kese. So what I say, ana ono no awade de aboa no. And obetimi a niam kese na so utimi dwene ko ebunu mu deep to the unseen. Because and for anything, Anna, my friend saying, Ubitimi discover aeroplane. If you think no and I'm not or kasa. People who invent greater things, there are people who think deep. Abemua no nya 30 years. Na Ghana Chromo, you 2 tabletop, you 2 scout was what can I do to change the system. No, to make junior the system by a key no so ana a nationwide. You think it's an easy thing? You think it's an easy thing? You need deep thinker. You want to dig target. They don't even know how to code. So what is coding? They don't know, but they say they are leading digitization in Ghana. You cannot code. It's a statement of fact. But they don't know how to code. They don't know coding. They don't know what is coding. He doesn't talk.
But with me our idea, no, and then you can get people who know how to code to come and do the thing for you.
So who the idea? People have to do that. Then you have the one who has the idea and can do it. These are two different things. There's a thinker who can do it and a thinker who cannot do it. You need people to do it. I'm not saying it's bad. What I say, but your thinker or no the original to me money bemu in reality or it materialize obroni beka. And your thinker the original he cannot materialize it. And if I'm you wine open. The one who think and code it and make it solve human life, human problems. And the one who think and cannot code it and make it solve human problem, but you can only run his mouth around it. Who said the sanko for you know who are human the sanko for you know bros as managers? Whom would you choose? Who as a man, as an entrepreneur, open manager to solve your problem? One can think about like Chroma you are so from you know. You bet me who so to me bompire NC anokwai. And you be on your to me who otimi bompire na problem and I say ye dear naba. Woo so ya you'll be out here more and mumu hine abekono. Asem sebe
yemfa komo no na wie menim say Brenna so amokwa ne sa final words to delegate to muti menim say na wie delegate be brenu na etie EpaHoaDaben Jumadi, because I mentioned to people say idea and then komo no it's all about MPP for the first 2 hours of the show. I know say a lot of people may have their misgivings. People have their doubt about Dr. Brian Champon. The ability to beat me him Frank and the party going into 2020.
Christo Crampa now no akasafa kwate bia so benipa no obi say nye carpenter ni ba no carpenter ni ba no so obebubu aso dan na miensa so de asi nti enye ne na doubt beba but that time na no can sorry dan the synagogue no can so obekọ atas owu asamrem no akọji owu tumi na miensa so no de nipa freedom abre no nti enye ngwa se na ye ka se Dr. Brian Champon be dinkunim 2028 na nipa bi ente ase but a break on anim na nipa beti ase de make twa to na se ebreni ni menuano MPP4 mosomfo a one matene bununum ebre bebre Dr. Brian Champon wo pejanity se moma na kwanya no nsomo wasom akwane asani na aso party na dubre bi a wohia obi obeka party na bom na ade ba kwa 2016 ye di nkunimpa na ye odo e wo party makomam so ye party adwuma onwinwini ye party adwuma bibi nhyɛ no obi a wo pebe so party na ye dia ene party no nipa kakra before so party ye won dia party na ye na ye dia so ye krasi ni so ye kromni so wakosku so ngosku so woska so niska party ni na de na mum na bribe hia da no fudifo a ode nkabom ebebra ye nta nipafo ni na ye de akopre me MPP party na ye tumi o ye political party enya asore the party ni gina se ye koto aba bia party be di nkunim say even though MPP koto aba wo University of Ghana Legon campus kura na say MPP ni o di nkunim MPP kwa koto aba wo hohoya MPP ni ogina emu no also di nkunim the party's core responsibility and mandate is to win election. There is an election to win or to be win in 2028. We cannot gamble as a political party. We need a candidate who will resolve well with the grassroots and work well in unity to hand us power in 2029, January 7th. We ora Dr. Brian Champon sinchen enye ye. Ni titru ni se ye hia candidate obe wini MPP vote wo be bia. Minua se okọ Upper Easter your MPP voter wo 1992 aye to aba sa abusuakuo no de wo ye den be to aba maye oko Upper Wester ye wo MPP voter empa ho wo ye den a ye be to aba maye. Look, until say yana be free in 2002. Now Batamala, it was MPP stronghold, the Tamale metropolis. It was an MPP stronghold. So there's an MPP deposit of votes. A MPP for there. I was say a cautious vote ni ensaka. Oba a friend said Bono Mante and Yachiche Mbado. Let me go back. Now because the brong half for that. Not brong half no MPP voter. We get 10 MPP for there. You knew binche brong half vote. We have to go and win it. Oba santimante mo a MPP fruma. MPP you fruma so you can debate it. MPP fruma a santimemu ne wo. The vote there na MPP for vote no we have to go back and claim it. Oba MPP oba a pro mantema a MPP aniwa. You can argue but it's the eye of the party. MPP vote na we pro mantema no we have to go and take it. Oba Gamashi and Kramemwa, the backbone of MPP vote. We have to go back and win the backbone of the MPP vote. Now the MPP vote, the legs of MPP vote is Central Western. Go back in history. Anytime the MPP bedin kunim about Bemubia, the Odia Bar Bemun is Central Western. A Central region and Western region has been the walking legs of MPP. A Brennan to say we go back for our legs. And now you can say Central region out of the 23 constituencies, you have 4. Western region out of the 17 constituencies in Western, we only have 1 seat. It is not a joke anymore. And not a good year anymore. We have lost greater strongholds to the NDC. And we need a candidate. Or then in our basic form, this is our heritage. These are our property. These are things that belongs to the New Patriotic Party. And we need to win those ones first of all. Before you begin to think of going to fight what is not for you. And only the message. We need MPP for some better say. See, everybody can win it the air diano. Adriana Bushia Japade di Jayano. Young Boho Bayan Sana and Yokofua Copre Yokofua Bushia Japade. Now ya any brefo. What the end the man ultimate share so ye was young conquer for the enya odi enya de emeka ho wani beba so be kwa bonten so kwa akoko de enya odi e na odi na wo fie no obi de kwa bonten and owura Dr. Brian Champon ono na bri mu obe maintaining the victory the votes that are ours already. Then we will go out there and fight for what is not ours. No one will be okwa akwa ono na asrafo no de mo kwa akwa mu fie no. They are ill-fed. A comedy woman. Work as a wasrafo na wo de kwako no so kwako. Ghana mine ye na Nigeria for kwako. Nigeria for na ye na amkoko. Wo wasrafo na wo de kwako no a comedy woman. Your party is not well structured. A comedy party no as a enantwie ne mponko a wo tira so de kwako no bosumi du ni obi ani di ye. Wo de tankofo ne kwako. Na wo bedu togopo no atwem bani. Let's first of all properly organize our party and we need power the leadership quality in terms of proper organization to lead us now. Dr. Brian Champon to reorganize the base of the party, grease the base of the party, oil the base of the party, strengthen the base of the party for 2028. So Emra Yahumba the den no Yadbekwa Kushia DC 2028. Now the victory be calling us. Medical catch us Nyanko points in Hinedada. Nebebem. Meda wini ya meda wasi.
Yabua ekasa ema owura Dr. Brian Champon onatisi ene no etwetwe enkomo ho no si Nyankopon di kan ayo ediama Dr. Brian Champon ewo honhom deda akase bepie ho na mani on the 31st of January 2026.
KWADWO Sinupi and Craig EpaHoaDaben. EpaHoaDaben nti sinupi na nokre eye baako pɛ.
Charlie, I stress. Oh, senior, what be the issue? Bro, another one caught happen again. I nearly get them this time. Charlie, the over 1.5 messed me up. Oh, Charlie, sorry. But wait, you don't get refund for your loss? Nah, bro, that thing's have the. You hear some before? Yeah, soccer bet they do. Them they call them soccer chance. Ah, Charlie, you sure? Oh, but why I for lie you? Just make your stake on 10 plus games with odds of 1.30 or more. And when it's full, you will get your stake back times 3. Come see my bets. Hey, Charlie, this be interesting, oh. I know, right?
Soccer Chance rules are simple. Bet on any of your favorite soccer league games with odds of 1.30 and more. The total number of games should be 10 or more. Now here's the catch. Lose just one out of the many and you'll be rewarded 3 times your stake. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly, not for persons below the age of 18. Gaming can be addictive.
Yemma wakwaba eba Eclipse Collateral Management. Ejuma kwostron kwa yemma wenya wadwapade nkrata ho mfaso. Wonim se wadwapade nkrata ekuta wo no. Ebetumi asesa wo daache. Yesesa emfasode a adwapade wuranom etumi enya ewo no adwapade nkrata ho. Ene nyuma wuranom nso ebenya frɛ adwapade ahodo a yede sia bowa ede apesika ede abo wo nyuma ahodo. Enti se ope prime brokerage, collateral brokerage, credit brokerage, ene land document perfection services a mayemfa nyonko. Ewo Eclipse yewo prime depository platform bia ahobambo bomu a ya de fofora adwapade wuranom etumi de won krata ekoto ho na wonya sika a esem bia ni ho na ye de sankrata yi ebo nyumaku ahodo a wo pe besia de afrisika kwabia ho ye bobosia ho no ho ba ebo manyuma wuranom nya sika de trewo nyuma mu ye de bosia bo hwehwemu a emu do na ye mapa ena si egina ye enti wonim se wo wonsa ahobambo bomu entwentwa so hwehwenye nkyira kwan ewo adentam barrier ya bembe Moses Ayaresabia no ewo West Africa SHS afasio no nchempe Franyensesia 0543842466 wo Eclipse Collateral Management. For property owners we say think safety and decent income, and for businesses we say think funding before projects.
From roots to remedies, from leaves to life, Ghana's traditional herbal healing power is rising strong and true. It's time for the maiden edition of the Ghana Herbal Conference, coming up from December 3rd to December 5th, 2025 at the Prempeh Assembly Hall in Kumasi. Theme: Harmony in Herbalism, Balancing Tradition and Innovation. Come and experience live herbal demonstrations, exhibitions, and engaging discussions with top practitioners, researchers, and regulators. This conference is proudly partnered by Ministry of Health, Traditional Medicine Practice Council, Food and Drugs Authority, Center for Plant Medicine Research, and Ghana Federation of Traditional Medicine Practitioners Association. Visit www.ghanaherbalconference.com or call 020-2222-095 to register for free. To exhibit your product or services, call 020-2222-095 to book a stand. Follow us at Ghana Herbal Conference on all social platforms. Ghana Herbal Conference, our roots, our remedy.
EpaHoaDaben nti sinupi na nokre eye baako pɛ.
Number one everywhere you go. Big goal. For the friends and the family. Big goal. Big refreshing moment. Big goal. For the kids and the adults. Big goal. Boys and girls with a drink up. Big goal. Everywhere the party day. Big goal. We go mash up the place with the big goal. Greatest in every battle. Big goal. Big goal. Big goal. Big goal. Big goal. Big goal. Greatest in every battle. Big refreshing moments.
Beagle Drink. Big refreshing moment. Another quality product from Trillium Industries. This advert is FDA approved.
etoda wo kontimi do champagne pa nanso wo sike kura wo no na ye juice ene betumi ato so pese wo kura mre kura sika na udwumadi a wudie won mo wonim dwumadie no etimi dima wo ewo bra bode emfidie a esefata edi dwuma ne dia ene ha ho kura Izanza E-Productions ya be sort you out frey so open studio and production equipment rental emfidie a ye di twa sene ahodo nyina no ye betimi di bia fam corporate and social videography se wudi dwumabie a wo pese otwe egun homa so frey TV commercials se wo ton wo niema na pese amanfo ehunu ewa kasamfoni so frey documentaries frey photography any live streaming se wo twamfoni kama pa anaze wo di dwumabie na pese brekro no mu a obi biara etimi hunu frey why nyom na pese oye nyom no ho akasamfoni a frey jingle, IVR, any voiceover production, fraying, short and long film, fraying. Your telephone humanie 0242 755 323 ana 0302 254 858. Anasa Viechra Quine, Yawo Asylum Down, Yaben Happy 98.9 FM. E-Productions, capture the moment.
Media sam denenam. Wube kwan krojia. Wube tumia mane niyoma free krofo froso abagana. Se namposo full container load ana group page. Wube ni Shine Express. Metre Air Cargo ana Express. Enye. Wune Golden Stone Logistics Company Limited. Antonchia. Omo over 15 years experience. Wa global shipping and logistics. Omo futupa ebe buamu edume tumpon. Omo buonso de eda from boko. Ewo Golden Stone Logistics. Omo kura wonioma yema o. Onu afre 0502 609 222. Anase 0208 126 777. Na omo mwama wejuma nkwenim. Golden Stone Logistics Company Limited. Delivering growth, securing trust.
From roots to remedies, from leaves to life, Ghana's traditional herbal healing power is rising strong and true. It's time for the maiden edition of the Ghana Herbal Conference coming up from December 3rd to December 5th, 2025 at the Prempe Assembly Hall in Kumasi. Theme, Harmony in Herbalism, Balancing Tradition and Innovation. Come and experience live herbal demonstrations, exhibitions, and engaging discussions with top practitioners, researchers, and regulators. This conference is proudly partnered by Ministry of Health, Traditional Medicine Practice Council, Food and Drugs Authority, Center for Plant Medicine Research, and Ghana Federation of Traditional Medicine Practitioners Association. Visit www.ghanaherbalconference.com or call 020-2222-095 to register for free. To exhibit your product or services, call 020-2222-095 to book a stand. Follow us at Ghana Herbal Conference on all social platforms. Ghana Herbal Conference, our roots, our remedy.
Your property holds the power to transform your future. Welcome to Eclipse Collateral Management, the game changer in turning property documents into profits. We are not just another service. We are your partner in unlocking sustainable income and fueling business growth. With prime brokerage, collateral brokerage, credit brokerage, and land documents perfection, we are redefining what is possible for property owners and business owners alike. At Eclipse, we have built a primary depository platform, a secure, innovative space where property owners like you can lodge your documents and earn risk-free, sustainable income. For businesses struggling to secure funding, we provide collateral solutions you need to thrive and grow. Every move we make is backed by a rigorous credit appraisal process, so you know you are in safe hands. Find us at Adenta Barrier near Medi Moses Hospital, beside the West African Senior High School wall. Call 054-383-2466 today. At Eclipse Collateral Management, for property owners, we say, think safety and decent income. And for business owners, we say, think funding before projects.
se wote no anopa no a yedi na yedi nkomo the Happy Morning Show no so no ade one of the stories I did to dwa na wo kire mu say a high level security team had been deployed to the Savannah region after violent clashes occurred. So there are visuals of one more a sign and tokwano occurred so ninti no wo etimi adwandia free biano entokwano occurred so no omonam ekwa so a wo kope ba bi foforo akwa biano entokwano occurred so no binjiri eno no ewo Savannah region eho ena saa menteme ho ase no etumi ekọ so a ene no yesi enipa beye baako edu de omawu wonu mu omaprepra ne de ene buburuja yenya report say as we speak now security etimi akwa kopiem wo a wo mo hwe ama asumdwe etumi aba but according to the inspector of police IGP delegation womu ekoho no womu se womu ene ikrom ho anase mpotem ho empanyimfo ahemfo eni won ekwa akohia wonu mo kabie yeye wonu won ekwa akotrans se de beya won betimi ahwe ama asumdwe asamba gbingiri bie wa ebetimi ama wonu mo a timamufo omote ho no won betimi aso machi na womu asamba betena womu emfia hodo mu edi womu nyuma hodo a womu edie wo sabia ne nkwa ahoma ne so on this particular issue na yani owura Peter Bismarck wono ena ye pani kwankyerefo edema Institute for Liberty and Policy Innovation you trying to tia friend ILP owura Bismarck anope mami emisa anope anope awo manumu ene ye fra anopa ba bigina wia awia yi mami ma emu akwa abanframra EpaHoaDaben dwumedi so
ma je osimilia
emjiri sa pomboko de
ye ho ye wa hapa
enya mi amomfa nche misem de ya na anopa na ya na mbetena siu na awia no me ba sa no na anopa no enche dan firi manum na anopa ne santie ba em se nra na entie no eba beto dwa so kogbnyiri a mentim ho se bia siwa ma dipa dodo be edu o ma hwero mo nkwa dipa o ma prepra ne de bebre IGP swiftly o se o deploy aposifo so o mo nko hwe ema asumdwe ensamra ho sansem wuti ye no unsusuye mu no ujiri se anamonto a police atu betimi aboa ma asumdwe aba ho de wadaroma.
All right. So a very good afternoon. Yes, I think in every violence clash biana the BBA basabase BCBN or say police ekoho or say you deploy I think the first point of call is the police, the civilian police ekoho. It's in the right direction. Say my police call restore peace. A bromoswa and the military so eba to further enforce and I think kind of reinforcing it. It's intra conflict. I mean conflict occurs this ethnic conflict occurs within the northern part and some part of Ghana Hanobi no go beyond our expectations. Osha conflict be on my occurs into me and so ano Alabanyo Nkonya conflict over 100 years into me so ano thank God backbone issue to me esomu now bokonso ye kremu eba oh and another one also of course looks like the northern part no as obia no obia want to call or the northern part every group in the other group bia and I say maintain has kakra home basically about land issue about inheritance and then get beat in the dear in terms of chieftaincy no but saying to me and so common ethnic conflict I know what happens because you see conflict may move from global conflicts although we are seeing some occurring in the Middle East, Israel, Syria, no. In Africa, no. I think civil war confirm more of
internal conflict.
Yeah, some internal conflict.
it looks like in secret into me. So and all that we can do is to, ensure ceasefire, put curfew. But the lasting solution, to me, and show me, it's just gonna be the same thing. Few arrests, restore the immediate peace, and ensure that people can go about their daily activities. The Ghana Police Service and all other security agencies will be able to assist, and that's what we're expecting. But beyond that, I would say solutions. This ethnic and then inter-conflict between groups, of course, in the northern part of the country.
In your assessment, and I say in your analysis, Edianiama Potin and was here to me, Eshe said, "Yeah, bit me at here inter-conflict and inter-tribal conflict, particularly young West African sub-region, but within a year Ghana, Edianiama was here. I'm looking at the history behind some of these ethnic conflicts. Is it that we have failed to take a critical look at most of the times what are the germane issues conflict in Bennington and Debiano, but here to us and when it comes to yen shouldn't to an among I pesi etimi etuna se cra, but then so said the okano na what seems to be our challenge dealing with the intertribal conflict?
A lot of factors. It be a political or power struggle for chieftaincy positions. Often, gate to gate na town. You're modernizing and development. People are trying to buy chieftaincy positions. That kind of Obia Wusika within a gate who was kind of between a toa or to Isa Ahiniana. Now Ahiniano is not also by merit view. Culturally, there are instances and you have the means to pay for it, you can pay for it. Now people are buying the chieftaincy position. And the rightful gates, and as the rightful family or say their Omudia, in the power struggle now, in terms of using money to influence that chieftaincy position now. And then there are a lot of ethnic challenges by who are around the, and it is now spreading. To say spreading, and small towns and communities. First, no one couple say there is chieftaincy issue, chieftaincy about because of that power struggle and who has the means to buy the position. Then the politicians also can be often a competition for political dominance among ethnic groups. One politicians, they will try to use ethnic muscles, population muscles against their population often. And that political dominance among ethnic groups, that politicians also fuel conflict. Then most of the conflict in politicians need to be solved because they are also part of the cause and part of the escalation. They don't only cause it. Politicians don't escalate it. And at the end of the day, families entrust politicians to resolve any ethnic competition in terms of who wins this or who takes that or who must have this land boundaries, or they don't trust them.
So in your estimation, and I said in your analysis, the family the politicians themselves are serving as what we call in the realms of peace building. Between the ethnic groups in the
Oh yes, and I can really say yes and again. Say, cause it so escalate, and that's fuele. Shemu jakra ebemu. Emma need to be resolved because the politicians within the realm of security Ghana, they have the powers to control and prevent violence. They have it, but initially the incumbent national security they are all made up of politicians.
Mm-hmm. True.
So until and kind of promote political dominance among ethnic groups. I mean, when it comes to that multi-ethnic state now, politicians can't solve it because they are part of the problem. And they are the same heads of security in the country. So we cannot do the same thing over and over and expect different results because we are using politicians as security heads, and these same politicians also causing the problems within our ethnic communities in terms of violence. That is one of the threats you name my to resolve. In the end of the day, we will resort back to traditional means. And the who Asante for lead delegations to ensure there is peace. I don't think that politicians use all the legal powers they have and still having crowd to resolve all these conflicts within this country, right from the OT region to the Western region and border disputes. Among the ethnics, I don't think to resolve it. You see, truly politicians are not part of the problem. Then that what we call the exclusionary politics was the one ethnic group monopolize political office or decision making. In the Ghana, West India say appointment poor. You can share the ethnic dominance, more political power.
Yeah,
they exclude one other ethnic group. When one other ethnic group is marginalized, I mean, they also try to, though they are a minority, the minority in SEFAH, they also try not to be seen as minority in the realm of democracy. And she also take up certain action via the favor because they've been excluded. And in a constitution, because chiefs are not supposed to go into politics, but as we speak now, I mean, a lot of people, the law is not, it's preventing politicians and chiefs from doing politics. But now the politicians and the chiefs are together. That's why you go to the chief require endorse a certain political candidate, a certain party candidate, a certain individual. Because of to some extent, we got the police and the real owners of the community. We always expect them to be neutral to ensure development. That is Banisa. And then the other issue has been economic causes. Sometimes, so economic causes are very broad because it can come with competition for resources. So, any dispute over lands, minerals, water, grazing rights. Then we got to be so those grazing rights and then the competition for resources within a certain jurisdiction or region, and so FULA. If you say Ghana Hano, land litigation issue, we have solution money.
And this not to cut you. This particular issue, Abba, because of Asase.
Yeah, and this is an economic cost or competition for resources. And incident documentary, in a form of commercialization. In documentary, for commercialization. No, the land policy never. It doesn't solve problems. It does not. We need to modernize our land policies. And see, auto as a crime there. Do it to the truth. So even though sometimes what type of crime, who to lose what I say, depending on whoever is able to fund it within the legal frameworks, well, we can fund the process, through the frameworks and then the institutions that are available. You can still take the title from someone's hand. What's a banisa? This competition for resources, and we are observing as here, we have to spend extra money to go to the north to provide peace and protection, and also safeguard the little peace among the indigenous and some economic activity. So it is like we do politics, we allow competition for resources to just play its role without finding a lasting solution to it. In the dispute of balance there, one of the biggest threats to ethnic violence, intergroup violence, of course, in the northern sector. And then the other issue also has to be employment and livelihood tensions. Sometimes people try to compete for jobs, trade, and market opportunities within certain areas. And I say, historical challenges there, of course. There are sometimes ethnic group do and so across the border another ethnic group. In the case of you cross the cotton, it also fuels the whole conflict. And I say sometimes it becomes latent. Until woman was in a because of their crosses negate. There were few who come out, like I say, few and call. The cultural perception, we are away. The moment of the call on bona attend into family conflict. Then it becomes also when you animal na ethnic, nothing spread it. Into historical and social causes and like colonial legacies, the arbitrary borders and then the lumping different ethnic groups together to favor one other group. Oh, and then unresolved historical grievances, those past injustices, displacements. Don't we have means to resolve them? But I say, you pay attention to it, to some of these things. You pay attention. And to say you conflict, you know, acquire more, as I would say, in security, acquire more reactionary.
Na yetu wana moni mwani ya na ya santi ya kwa debut.
Exactly, and this competition for resources, dispute over land, it has existed, and yet say last week, 2 weeks, 1 month now, the clash in the bayou.
No correct.
It has been there, and security personnel pick up intelligence on it. They know. So intelligence is not always about picking up the criminals, you know, preventing the crime. Saying that, yeah, this is what we call intelligence. But intelligence also is part of the entire structure, including dispute over lands. And grazing rights. And you know, when these intelligence are also picked, which can fuel and increase crime and violence, what do? You work in to prevent it before it escalates. But you sat down. When was the last time this issue on land dispute happened? Ghana police are running Twitter. We had called the people, say they are filming out by Accra. National House of Chiefs are from say this between these are the legal documents surrounding it. This belongs to you, this belongs to them. Mama, yes, then the peace will exist. Before Krapa, we don't do it. We only react. And see, we have to look into our books well and not only look at the armed robbery part of the violence, armed robbery part of violence, but competition for resources, which leads to violence. You know, only they say almost all the substantive disputes and ethnic conflicts across here. Majority, power struggle, a year competition for resources. You see, and how do we intelligently address our struggle leading to ethnic conflict and a competition for resources leading to ethnic conflict as part of our intelligence? Then, as intelligence, you know, you beefy up in fighting crime, terrorism, you know, and this kind of promiscuities. Now, I mean, we find time to foil them, to prevent them, at least. And we also find time to at least react to cause arrest in that processes. Homicide, now again, if you look at what happened with the immigration officer, okay, baby, you know, look at the actions. I mean, you see all these things. What happens when it comes to dispute over land? The Ghana obviously DANQAH to some extent. So for soldiers, police, could now to see who die answer what's if you want to.
No great. You don't have peace. Unya sumdwe wa also akwakota asase a usi dan o man mu no. It's as if obiti oso se u fra asase ne so a ye ba beduru udan egu anesa.
Yeah.
But mame found for her na me kind way ma because and this is tied to a year security. Ghana has dropped 6 places in the latest 2025 Global Peace Index, ranking 61st globally, a stark decline from its 2024 position of 55th. Then Nessie.
Yeah, this is an interesting index. They monitor countries' peace, but yeah, recently we can see the ongoing internal urban tensions armed robbery, the armed robbery task force contributed to that. You know, the Global Peace Index, Kasafa 3 domains, societal safety and security. Okay. Then they look at ongoing conflicts. Into conflict, you create a sense of on land dispute to adapt to it. Into ongoing conflict, right from Alabama, emerging ones. There are some of them are in my news here. There are some of these conflicts. Chief conflict in bad himself. In the societal safety, it's no movie around. About 12-1. The team of Kofi and Slushe. Obian, she say, you know, now Fukuta phone crowd or talk to a bang window. The Motorada will just drive right by and pick it from your hand. Societal safety is declining. Ongoing conflicts, now we are having quite a number of them coming up. Then militarization, these are the indicators issue. Now, on the sub-Saharan African area, to some extent, though at the global level, no, we move from 38 all the way to 51st, as we're speaking now. It is still not bad. I mean, globally, we are still doing well. Sub-Saharan, we are still doing well. Although we are 7 this time, we are still doing well. But the thing is that the more it declines, the more your democracy also becomes at stake, because that affects the entire peace you enjoy as a democratic state. As we speak, under the societal safety and security of the Global Peace Index, there's now the rising violent crime. I mentioned the robberies in the urban areas, chieftaincy disputes and community conflicts, especially in the north. Electoral tensions ahead. You see, you have talk about tensions nearby because also part of the index. I mean, they've arrested people with weapons. I mean, we are yet to even vote weapons. Recently, some weapons also found in an abandoned vehicle. Police military Kuhunye. And it tells you that anytime you be elections because of that tension, there will be civil war, there will be political misunderstanding. And now I say, beef up security, the number of hotspots is increasing from hundreds to thousands during elections now. These are all part of the societal safety when it comes to the indicator on the measure that Ghana has. That can cause I mean, unrobbery crime cause unrobbery task force. So you should understand where we are heading towards that. Land litigations in from the land gas, they are part of it.
What
now? So let me go to the second one. Yeah. Then we have the ongoing domestic and international conflict, at least Ghana to some extent, and Cold War. However, the spillover insecurity from the sub-Saharan Africa, Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, and also contributed to that, because now we are very close. People are running into the country from the north, from Burkina Faso, for refuge when they commit a crime, and they're able to go back easily. Recently, because I was part of counterterrorism risk, national risk assessment, we found out that certain NGOs along the borders could contribute to terrorism attack because of the form of training something they are mass. So it means that along the border between, especially Burkina Faso, the spillover is eminent, and that's also contributing to that. And then Ghana is to some extent in AFAC extremist infiltration in the northern regions, and that is where I say. And then the final one here, militarization. Sesiano, we're increasing military spending. It used to be 0.3 to GDP. Now we are about 0.6 to 0.7% on expenditure. It also means when you have military involvement in civilian security issues, it's one of the biggest concerns. Ghana police have military. So you see the military going with the police. And once you militarize your police service, you are heading towards police force than police service. You see, so we shouldn't be encouraging militarization because of the more expenditure now, that means you may be able to recruit more. To some extent, countries are almost let me tell you how it is measured. Now Ghana almost measured 100,000 one military officer. Now the 100,000 military officer in Ghana, you could have 43. Into 100,000 Ghanaians there are 43 military personnel to protect 100,000 Ghanaians. If we have more military men or personnel, okay, from let's say we have moved from 43 to 50, we are 43 to 70. It tells us that we are militarizing our security. It used to be less than 43. But you increase to 43. Cote d'Ivoire, to some extent, they also have the highest. A population of 31 million. I think I should be right on that. 31 million plus. They have close to, I think about 80 military personnel to 100.
200,000.
200,000 personnel. And in Cote d'Ivoire, to some extent, they have militarized their security. So the lesser you have in terms of military personnel to 100,000, it tells you that you are to some extent moderate. Ghana, you are moderate. Then you are 50 because our population is almost equal to that of Cote d'Ivoire. And I said we could be higher than them. But if we are at 43, not 50 or more than 50, it is moderate. And you see, however, we are seeing military presence at every zones. I think even during elections, you see the military with armored vehicles all over. You see, and it makes citizens uncomfortable. And to some extent, more military officers, almost someone in Kruma, you look at crap, then you'll be bullied. And see, all these things would contribute to the decline in on the index running globally.
What are the economic implications?
Well, so I mean, it's so if economic implications on is it ethnic group or you're looking at the militarization?
I'm talking about the entire decline in our rankings from now we are somewhere around top 7, not top 5, top 7 in Africa. We are 55th across the globe. What are the implications, for example, for individuals who would want to come and invest in the country? What will be going through their minds when they get hold of such a report?
To some extent, medical kind of, and yet a threat is it doesn't mean there's no peace in the country. I mean, we are still enjoying quite a huge, substantial peace, right? The violence and the decline also doesn't lead to fear and panic in terms of doing business. It's far from it. Although there's this, I mean, Sakawa, I didn't mention Sakawa is also part of the entire GPI. But investors will not fear because of, say, the violence is also something not close to them. Just that economic development will not spread towards the north. Wherever there's conflict, government and alcohol. Even abandon crap and developing world, because once you develop, the likely say those development will be destroyed. Like what could see school dying, what could see clinic, what could see huge edifices. I mean, people can't work there, and see those buildings, it can be bombed. I mean, it can. I mean, people, the workers, they can be killed. And, a preventive development in certain areas across the country, and even all the international development partners. The reason why most of they don't like putting up huge edifices for Africans now because of the fear conflict. Civil war we see here. all those projects overseas, most of them are investment in poverty, taking people out of poverty. I mean, cash transfers, and then elections, because they don't put up buildings. I mean, we should be done coming to see more schools that year, and then should be answered because they also count anything can happen within the sub-region, and the same also applies to the government and other investment. So yeah, they are share better factory, tomato factory, looking at the agricultural activities of that region now. On farm Kohobim, Bejai, or Reba South, so we don't produce tomato here. That means that investment, we have to be relocated to different country, different places, obeying that infrastructure and that investment. It brings inequality. Areas where there are violence, you don't get that development. You to say Obian Bembe Pachi will be Kapoma because there's violence there. Right.
Who knows? Even when we come, Yabani be in here in the next 3, 4, 5, 6 months, we can say I'm be in here.
Exactly the thing too. Maybe transport to Hokran, aviation, na DSA, Kanina, and community affected both the local investors because we do auto fuel or fuel station, it will not. All the fuel cost supply for profit, for income. Now, so die because of that conflict. Don't could be technically so never affected on only production and income. And then government also lose revenue in that area because when there's conflict, activity in the cost doesn't bring enough income. Abandons also lose. But you spend more. Abandonment spending more because you are taking officers there to maintain peace. They have to budget for that activity. They said they could be caught to protect peace. That's all your mom allowance. So you spend, but you will not get revenue from that region. To some extent, you see a major how conflict in the north has affected government revenue. I think it is something we may have to consider and look at how that affects our physical muscles. And to me, then we must find a way to restore peace and restore normal activities so government can retain revenue rights in terms of physical muscles and on the back. But we focus on that area all the time. We only want to just let's go have the curfew. But cost of curfew, it's also expensive. It's expensive. So as I said, you pay allowances. People cannot do business. What do you gain from that? So cost is also accounted to this. The state will lose, individuals will lose, foreigners will back off at certain points for development.
All right, Peter Wismark, Mami, and now I see an area of Japan and now only a chicken como, Edifa and Sa and Simi Huedas Yeba. All right, Peter Bismarck, a panic and for no and a Institute for Liberty and Policy Innovation. I try to tear friend ILP and one artist here and a chicken como and said Yana, me pesi bubu and 7 months, and ya, on so young to was no bubu modia and Tiasi Brim. Is answer, nay, no, say. Obi a wo unia sumdua enya de obi abe na adwene se obeba be bibi ho ade ba konso a waka am yehunu ni se ene ne kamia se mente me ho ase ekoso between ethnic groups ahudu no mu no yanmu a ye wo ye yetimamufo ne hye de nyamre ente ase enti be he na ye ka bia keke ena asrafo anase wono mu a ye de dwumadi na hye omo sase wo momoa ema asumdue emra sa am yahudu no so won enhyeda ente ase yi pa. And that's the issue. And so we need to go back to the drawing board. And I said we need to go back to the table. Yantinasi. Let's go back into history. Yanko abakosemu. Na yanti enyema bi anase ensembiase. And that's how we're going to deal with a lot of the conflicts that we seem to be dealing with ewo omemwa. Chieftaincy conflict, armed robbery issues in the keke kahunya. No nyina ka ho bi. NNA global peace index ediaba. Se Ghana baby dina no sese asante ede akofom bio oba abimamu ananka opo amaya hodo a ase emudwo na Ghana enka na ne etoso be yenum sese yeso ate am ye de akwa gina be enson. And so we have issues to deal with. As I said an opinion din komo about agriculture and the keke kan. This is another critical issue that we need to take a critical look at, because if it gets to a point in time yen kra yen nam oman no mu no yen hyeda enya gidie ewo oman no ahobambo ehun semu a then what will obi ofre abontin do because onu oba wonim so ontimi enya ahobambo mapabia this ko de ba be show oman no mu ontimi nya ahobambo mapabia ene de account enya de oba it will affect our economy and so say adwene say ye betimi am oman na kwani mu a enema bi sei ene wo se bomodin a de yani ehwe na ye de yani esiso na itumi ebomodin a edi hu djuma
EpaHoaDaben nti sinupi na nokre eye baako pɛ.
Number one everywhere you go. Big goal for the friends and the family. Big goal, big refreshing moment. Big goal for the kids and the adults. Boys and girls with a drink up. Big goal everywhere the party day. Big goal we go mash up the place with it. Big goal greatest in every battle. Big goal, big goal, big goal, big goal, big goal, big goal. Greatest in every battle. Big refreshing moments.
Big ol' drink, big refreshing moment. Another quality product from Trillium Industries. This advert is FDA approved.
Etoda, wo kontimi do champagne pa, nanso wusike kura wo no. Na ye juice ene betumi ato. So, so pese wo kura mre kura sika. Na udwumadi a wudie, wonu mu a wonim dwumadie no. Etimi dima wo ewo bra bode emfidie a esefata edi dwuma ne dia. Ene ha ho kura. Izanze E-Productions. Ya be sort you out. Freyen. So open studio and production equipment rental. Emfidie a yedi twa sene ahodo nyina no. Ye betimi dibia famo. Corporate and social videography. Se wudu dwumabie a opese otwe egun homa so. Freyen. TV commercials, se wo ton wo niema na pese amanfo ehunu e wa kasamfoni so. Freyen. Documentaries, freyen. Photography, any live streaming, se wo twamfoni kama pa. Anaze wo di dwumabie na pese brekro no mu a obi biara etimi hunu. Freyen. Why nyom na pese oye nyom no ho akasamfoni a. Freyen. Jingles, IVR, any voiceover production, Freyen, short and long film, Freyen. Yetete phone humanie 0242 755 323 ana 0302 254 858 ana se hwe chira kwan ye wo Asylum Down ye ben Happy 98.9 FM. E-Productions, capture the moment.
Media sam denenam. Wube kwan kroji a wube tumi amane nneoma free krofoforo so abagana. Se nampo so full container load ana group page. Wube ni Wiemshine Express, Metre Air Cargo ana Express. Enye wuni Golden Stone Logistics Company Limited Antonchia. Omo over 15 years experience with global shipping and logistics. Omo futupa ebe buamu adwuma tumpon. Omo buonso de eda from boko. Ewo Golden Stone Logistics. Omo kura wo nneoma yie ma wo. Onu afre 0502 609 222. Anase 0208 126 777. Na omo mwama wadwuma nkwanim. Golden Stone Logistics Company Limited. Delivering growth, securing trust.
From roots to remedies, from leaves to life, Ghana's traditional herbal healing power is rising strong and true. It's time for the maiden edition of the Ghana Herbal Conference coming up from December 3rd to December 5th, 2025 at the Prempe Assembly Hall in Kumasi. Theme, Harmony in Herbalism, Balancing Tradition and Innovation. Come and experience live herbal demonstrations, exhibitions, and engaging discussions with top practitioners, researchers, and regulators. This conference is proudly partnered by Ministry of Health, Traditional Medicine Practice Council, Food and Drugs Authority, Center for Plant Medicine Research, and Ghana Federation of Traditional Medicine Practitioners Association. Visit www.ghanaherbalconference.com or call 020-2222-095 to register for free. To exhibit your product or services, call 020 2222095 to book a stand. Follow us at Ghana Herbal Conference on all social platforms. Ghana Herbal Conference, our roots, our remedy.
Your property holds the power to transform your future. Welcome to Eclipse Collateral Management, the game changer in turning property documents into profits. We are not just another service. We are your partner in unlocking sustainable income and fueling business growth. With prime brokerage, collateral brokerage, credit brokerage, and land documents perfection, we are redefining what is possible for property owners and business owners alike. At Eclipse, we have built a primary depository platform, a secure, innovative space where property owners like you can lodge your documents and earn risk-free, sustainable income. For businesses struggling to secure funding, we provide collateral solutions you need to thrive and grow. Every move we make is backed by a rigorous credit appraisal process, so you know you are in safe hands. Find us at Adenta Barrier near Medi Moses Hospital, beside the West African Senior High School wall. Call 054-383-2466 today. At Eclipse Collateral Management, for property owners, we say, think safety and decent income. And for business owners, we say, think funding before projects.
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
Ladies and gentlemen, Muntiemi, Mamenka will say on the 22nd of September 2025, Ayadia Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Day, no. Happy FM, any Global Media Alliance, Japan Motor, Zen Fusion Consultancy, Lakeside Estate, Silver Star Tower, YTV, Silver Star O2, Yaka Abumu, and the GMA Japan Motors Corporate Run and Walk, Ebe Bremo, 22nd, Patutini, 22nd of September 2025. Not just a Busumi Bisimono, Nede Toswa Dunumi, and no, yesu na yede kai omei mampenyini a odi kan Dr. Kwame Nkrumah na sada no ye tenetene yapomu ye nantene yetumrika no na ye bose na ye kan ho abomu e de dwuma betimi e de anije emfaso ene ahoodene e de abrain mamenka wo se dwuma dia ye di sika ebenya frimu bia no yade edi mu ohamo nchichemu aduonunum e de akwa the Ghana Blind Union enti ye boa ye papo mudine no na ye boa ama ye nuanom omonso omwo ahokyeremu anasa hunyehia mu no wo manya bi e de nnwuma hodo a wo se wo etimidi o ya nkrankre na wo pese wo do ho ba be hye mu a mesrewa tiemiye eye cedi oha na abetua 100 Ghana cedis e na abetua se moye enwumakuo na mo wo papa bi se mudi mutim e ba be si akan e wo eye dwumadie mu a mesrewa no mesmienu na mewo a mebe bo so ade am wo modian na frɛ empanyimfo aye krado som no ebidi enkomo 0208 565 397 na medi kan no de etosum yenu eye 0206 784 956 number a etosu emienu no mesre eye 15 years enfie baako edunum ene ye de GMA Japan Motors Corporate Run and Walk no e de abramo nti momodi ana meka ho na 22nd of September 2025 no yema the 15th anniversary dia no enye krabehwe na eye krabehwe saa no ye tumrika nyina wie na ye kofie ne ye kwa akwadware a eye alive soap ene ye de bedware esan se alive soap nko a ene bema ye ho adwe sen fom adwe fom no na ema ye wedie no toso kama eyi efimbia de free wedie no mu ehoro de wedie nani kama pa alive soap na meka ho asem e de atere wo no mamenka wo se yo mu ahodo baako enan ye wo lemon coconut aloe vera and rose ne de ma ne pepa de entie ma ne pen ne se eja ehwa kama e wo ho na je se wo na mo a enu ho kwan kra se o de lavender bia anase body spray bia edigu ho de ma ne ye de ne se ofa ba bia edwa grocery shops ahodo mu nyina no obetimi enya a live soap yi bi ato na enya no nko a de bu afu yie pa enti ne kuma bia ekura wo bia no obetimi akonya bi ato na odi akofie na de kofie a wife di dware husband di dware na nkoda no edi dware na munyina mo we de toso sei Kama. Alive soap. Feel alive. Feel fresh. Feel alive. Eclipse Collateral Management. Set main control say in the Emma won krata wo. Odan krata won sasen krata wo no. Emani en share wo cupboard mu. Mufin there be. Inu kwan se sa na amani yo. Bomodia na fabra Eclipse Collateral Management na yemwa wo. Isan se san krata no. Ubetimi enya sika de afiri mu. Ni nyina nie. Wo de ba ya hwe ya. Ye wono mu a wo mu pebese a wo mu akosika krabia hodo a yaka tro mu se omumfa bibimra emra mesia wowa. Ansa na sika no a wo mu no sika krabia ne de ama wo mu. Saafo no ene ye de wo wadwapade no ho nkrata ebetimi aboa wo mu na wo mu akwakwati sika na wo de akwakodi enwuma hodo a wo pese wo de kokodie. Na emum enye se bia ye de wadwapade no ma ne saa keke a wonya bibia mfiri so wonso benya bibi kakra de aso kotokuo mu de ma ne ye de ne se ehu bia animu ehu a animu ne se enya de asesabi onipa na ntimi ntua bosia no kobo ye no a ye de yensa ba beka wo wadwapade ne da bi mamenka so onipa no so de ne de beba enti onya ne de no na sikakrabia no de ne nsa ebe toso enti kai se wo de wadwapade no ho nkrata ebran ya nya rishemu se wadwapade no ho nkrata no enya de sikakrabia bia de ne nsa beka da ewo bra onya na ntimi ntua bosia akwakoje afri sikakrabia no hwe ensem yewde bomodian na frɛ Eclipse Collateral Management na eni empanyimfo eni ensawoso sese ya 0543 832 466 0543 832 466 na ohia kira kwan ya wadentam barrier ye ben Medimosis Hospital se okọ West African SHS o mafasuo no mato no ho a obehunu se yisi ho kama pa obowura yahwe ya yebehwe na yene wo adi enkomo. At Eclipse Collateral Management for property owners, we say think safety and decent income, and for businesses we say think funding before project. Na mameka o se wo dwumade bia wudie o production house papa amwatimi aba beboa ama watwe eniema wo ye ni nyina de agu homa so de ato hama o pese oton niema na obohu daru o pene anase wo mo mbeboa wo ama waye jingle anase promotional jingle me obi wo homa videography photography one mo a mo pe documentaries ayo mo a maye enwom na mo pe enwom no ho akasamfoni mo a mo pe eniema de akwakoye di nwuma ahodo se mo kwa akava event ahodo no nyina no mamenka wo se e-production se wo twen e-productions a first class production company and we have transformed ideas into compelling audio and visual stories. Any just say abefu enema ahodo abai softwares ahodo any nyina e-productions it will be papa. In the entrance so your wedding no say your streaming say your parties any enema ahodo aka obehia proper professional first class production there. Omodi anafre e-productions what entrance so 0242 755 323 and 0302 254 858 eproductions@gmaworld.com eno email address obetimi ede wonsem ana se wonsemi sa hodo no afaso ede aba yebeyi ano kama ede ama eproductions na waje so capture the moment. Dr. Zensamin Kancho say enkonkoto deodorant bi ebe ha woni padua no ana se obedie no edin sunsun so bone ebe bre no Mr. Pure Onyx GH akwa Dr. Zeng edi abagana jomua ene dipa bebrenu ano atu agusu a esanse wo mahunu ya ni ntino ene wo moto edi ho adanse pa mamenka say Dr. Zeng enya de edi aduro bia aframu obo ade nsa no ankasa ensu a yatwe edi afri Eugenia chlorophyll enhwere no mu na ya ne kama pa de gusa shi sa hodo mu nketenkete kama na ene o tia na watwa no na wahwe agu nsem na de ayo moto mu na se ena baako nso enya de nkamoni bia beba ho da ma oye normal ya de amfifire ai wo se to moto mu bia no te moto mu emma eye empompo bia nsisi moto mu da bi se de mekan ye no ya de awiase afa na nyina di padodo no agye atomu a wo mu edidi nnwuma ahodo ewo mu fie ahodo mu emma stay fresh emma ye natural emma stay pure any pure onyx gh ni nsa so na onso kwaje wo de 0544 767 691 and 0599 032 559. Dr. Zeng Natural Deodorant. No, I just to stay pure, stay sustainable. Kamal Dean Ibrahim Kasa Edema, the new patriotic party. Come here, I say, no. Wɔn nkwa na otumi bɛka yɛn nsa owura ne kyerɛ yɛn na nka ɔka ne ho na nka yɛtena seɛ na yɛdi nkɔmmɔ no biribi nti wantumi ama meka yɛn nsa na enti yɛne owura Kamaldin ɛna bɛhyɛ nkɔmmɔ no aseɛ ɛnɛ aviayi na ansa koraa no mame nhwɛ sɛ mɛtumi ama Ghanafoɔ bɛyɛ baako mmienu mmiɛnsa afrɛ na wɔn nso nkɔmmɔ a yɛabobɔ ne deda nkɔmmɔ a atwetwɛ ne deda no wɔn nso wɔn adwenkyerɛ mo ɛde aba 0551563916 0555657278 two numbers yi obetimi afrɛ na waba ɛyɛ dwumadi nemom mamema owura Kamaldin Alhaji Akwaba
yenya
size no oba ha kura mense dan hu za ya no afakyerɛ o sia
be de say production we dwane agya bibi wa
na bacha pomboko
boko na so
bi kura mu kakra mo na sesi bibia gyina mo so at your party's headquarters today ɛhɔ yɛ butu
say democracy no the beauty no submission of forms no and I start no and I think for information I mean two of the aspirants file Honorable Ken any Honorable Brian omumienu no senyame aduma ochina opemu na nkasa Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia the most marketable candidate ono na ya turn the most formidable. But for the beauty of democracy, no, definitely I will say yenya contest. Na man in fair because sometimes you might be you might call unopposed crime and shed enya fair. Shed on who are then say a sumbo, but who cut through contest na we near and you crash GDR party for a war and then no some more the authority. I know be to me because say we muna emo okoye meaning in your dream. But as long as a man for the do eko twaba elected ni po that is how democracy is. Enti senyame adumo ochina 28th. Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia also submitting it there. And hopefully no say yetinkwemu ayemu beko because ono na me support you, ono na me campaign aboano because ono so na me wa GDA when mu say ye de no kwa in integrity, in power and out of power still intact. Unti be boni bia about Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. To show all the aspirants no bia dania a person cheap prominence I just okabi before Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia because one yes unya shine
na ze okaze any obeze di osonta kracharo na ni wono
oh yeah say ye bobo wow uni say bono no hu so obese wie yanka say oh chale mi so mi taki Ronaldo mi twa no at least obese onya bibi nka so ebi no the star in the game no ono no bia FAC look at say so Messi and Ronaldo but there are other players but to me say yet me man nipa mienu miensa
ejina nipa back
because him say ni hu say na Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
And so if you say that's what is happening now with the race.
Oh, but it's clear, it's obvious that Alhaji will win. It's clear. It may be margin wise now it might be a problem but that we don't know. But even with the current things now almost 30 year Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia I can tell you say you move your grounds. There are a lot of people are initially, say, they don't think they'll vote for him. But for them to see, say, this is a man on the atem or any campaign on board BID, say, for only Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia politics. What one day say, platform so did you be atem and now co be atem. Somebody internal primary say, yeah. What to say, Dr. Gwajina baby? I can be asem. I don't know if no man say, call US cry, or respond with attacks or respond with facts. Say, dear Mr. ABC, the data is not supporting. And two, your party constitution, share your party constitution. Article 2, Clause 4, that is aims and objectives. It 6 it wants to foster and promote unity, regardless of race, or religion, or ethnic origin, or profession, or political affiliation. So you cannot say you belong to such a great party of ours. So now, only means of survival in a race, and say, way free her. As if say, Iwu ye to abama na say ube di nkunima regions bi wo ha unkoye campaign e wo ho. Na say Sefa say me campaign etia wo a wo ye amanfo bi di hye no me ka etia wo ochena den na me kwa kire omo. So that is the danger. We are telling them, say, we should be very, very mindful because when it comes to religious, ethnic, any those kind of things, the end result of it, say there will be chaos and there will be violence. Let me see some of the interviews are now. Oh yeah, you can see what is happening up north in some of the places. So when it comes to religious and tribal things, I'll beg my party say, our generational impact. So for this is a party ya doma Aliens Compliance Act Prime Minister Buzia NAA. Ye die ka etie ya party ni sa ebepime and I expect say what party no by this time you would have learned a lesson from it. Ye mum san ye worse of it. Se Buzia time oye na MPP ni ho. But because of the tradition inti, you see ye MPP anti-northern, anti-Muslim. It take a time to win off this issue off our back. With the coming of Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bame, Osha NDC, omo propaganda nina ebuaka omusim. Na uka ye oman penny anka President Mama. Or see, so kind of favorite quote. Or see, let something happen in the MPP. Our brother Baume, they will never give it to him. That was the word he used. They will never give it to him. And lo and behold, your core elections, 10 of them, Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Baume, Kwaneye Nordna, Onusunoye Muslim. And so delegates of the New Patriotic Party saw the capabilities of Dr. Mahmoud Baume, the kind of ideas are okra to govern Semana Quenya or the Mpuntu Beba. Because even as vice president, since we do politics, me bisau and say vice president or the most effective vice president ever. You cannot run away from it. You ube Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Baume. Ebe pime ne ayeka say there are videos I call around say ye bisa onkola say why na vice president of Ghana. Dr. Mahmoud Baume free abemu say 8 months ni ayeka 9 months.
You 9 months, yeah.
And so still ye bo Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Baume. It tells you how marketed that person is. The brand is solid. Even out of power crown, unkola that so dreams on no vice president. The vice president I want to see. Say when me bisa say the last 6 months, ubet me aka nyama oya untimimbo. Apart from say bia the health issue by ya didn't call London and information ethic. Since Obaye, maybe so say vice president, then you cannot say it. So that tells you the kind of person we have. And no, I think I know also. And no, me share good evening Ghana also. And me former NDC national chairman. Ebo mobile money interoperability no. Oh, so how impactful are they to the economy of this country? But okay, idea. Omudi campaign. Dr. Mahmoud Baume at a point was this woman interchanges ni Ghana card.
Yeah.
Which people skew the whole thing. Because development comes with data. Won't mean Gasa will develop area without any data.
Yeah.
Sebi say amount for multi area only 100,000. No more breach essay compared to Nipa 10 and 20 be a multi area. Why attention? Why problems now? Ube solve it first. You try to solve the problems of baby I do one
of course.
Because in terms of election wise, electoral victory, ube from baby and numbers, huge. So you can't about data, and then who on my be able to say immediately do airport and scan passport to room and himself work room. How are they able to do it? Data, and then almost every Ghanaian citizen a bad thing so bet me acquire crime. Some of these crime are FBI knew one more chroma microphone. It tells you how to improve our digital system. No, and that's how they are able to trace. And yes, at first, obi to me koya idea. Now I call you fake ID card. We are not what touching. You can't trace. Okay, then times if I winning, I'm out for to me call embassy. We are now man no mako 2 passport na train. No mako F for. Ebi akra no akwa sisa ni din. But ena untimi nya bibisa. That is the impactor. Yeka. And the person who championed this in NAA Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Baume. So if as vice president, the role and you're defining the role in the constitution, the question you ask yourself is that if Sanyami Adumochina Ghanaians eto Abama is Ombeye president, you can imagine the kind of developmental project Ombeye within this country. 8 to 9 months a year, President, what is SEFA apart from say de bia bibia obeka dollar kofom bibia obeka dollar kofom then put no mu yebio. It's just about dollar. And say so IMF catch on say the capital dollar injection na mu yet to stabilize the cities no munjai when forex when we say asati journey.
Yeah.
But ukoshe Bank of Ghana still they are quoting 10. Go on Google and go and check. It is about 11.16
yeah,
or so.
It's close to 11.
So you that this is where it clearly tells how amount for massaging the figures. Because Bank of Ghana is having one rate. And one funny thing is here, and is when you say anything about the economy, then the NDC people will come. Just ask me, then they are referring you to the forex reference, the exchange rate. But SEFA, truth be told, dollar now, yes, you are down. Who feel the impact out there? Let's be frank. You don't feel the impact. And President Nanado, I know we see dollar cost through. Upia bontia. So now ABA, to say so we are now turn 3 cities and then 4 cities. And ka dollar cost from more. I was saying we share difference. Now ke enko by 2 cities 50 pesos. Now you impact. No?
But it takes a bit of time, and some ABA the trickle down effect will happen because, for example, if some cotton in the old rate, now already have manufactured, my producer the product, they are on the market. I dare not reduce the prices because it will go against me. Because they mark up a certain amount, production cost, and I'm they calculating how much I am supposed to sell a unit. And so if I'm using the production cost based on the previous rate, no, I don't think it will be business-wise. It will be prudent for me to reduce the prices. Then what then becomes of Jumadina median if I saw any the capital production?
Okay, so let me look at this from 2 angles. If at the time of your production, who calculated dollar at 10 cedis,
yes,
now dollar drop it by 7 cedis, what would you do?
If at the time
who producing
I'm production,
yeah,
dollar was 10. As
now
we speak now,
another coming week. Now I drop it to 10 cedis. You still maintain your price?
Of course, if I need to maintain my price, I'll have to still maintain my price.
You see now your language is saying
no. If I have to, of course. If I have to, and the same thing, the same explanation I'm doing.
So uya production,
yes,
right? Adia betting na dollar ko be 15 cedis. Will you still maintain it to say uya production calculation your 10 cedis ana? Then you increase it. Other than that, you will say I may consider whether to increase or maintain it. But naturally, you increase.
But no.
But naturally, you increase it. No,
Alaji.
But
let's be frank with ourselves. Let's be frank with ourselves. The frankness is that the moment you see this is an inverse relationship. The moment the rate cost increases, it is affecting my cost of production. So obviously, to raking a year may capital I have to adjust to cater for the cost. But just what I say.
Okay, so when it is an increase, you have to adjust.
Of course, I have to adjust.
When it is a reduction there, you need time. You see? No, you said, but when it reduces there, you need time.
Yes.
And how do you convince any Ghanaian and say, for 8 months, yes, dollar stabilizing, you need 8 months to determine whether you reduce your price.
Averagely, you may need about 3-4 months.
So the bottom line is that the impact is not felt out there. Say the impact is not felt out there. Let's be frank with ourselves. And then the NDC will conveniently run and go and tell you, say, go to some of these big shops. Maybe I turn furniture to say 100,000, 50,000. And then they all cited example. But yesterday they were referring us to Kenke. Nana ya janto not asempa or see Kenke boy edi. Last Obi Ebizani say or him Kenke boy or see odi Kenke ache. So
Odru fie late
you see, but face Odru fie late to still odi Kenke.
But me fan chairman Nana ya janto.
But SEFA where the prelims about minim se metimi akọ the conflict issue no.
Yes, and that's our first issue. Is the name Benyiri?
Benyiri, yeah, Benyiri. So mostly within the northern sector, Uti Yiri is just like a town or a home. Na Yiri, Benyiri, so mostly the Yiri is like referring to a town or a community. So Sola Tuna area hono within the Savannah region. I'm familiar with that area because that is where you pass to even though road in yet. In fact, from Winchi, they say I call Upper West and President Mama The second coming here, obehwe ni area because we DMP sa Bole Bamboy Road, network and in fact it took President Kufuor to even come and do that road. First between Bole to Bamboy, na terrible. We drew one. I want to say way to quite. But it took we are friends and President Kufuor to come and do that road. But road now, I say so this time around we beg of the president say obehwe sa lane because I can't if me way air correct. I think from when Chihonina air co MPs almost are quite NDC MPs at least that from say when I get it wrong it's here from Fanchami. But unyapa when the Kurasa Bole Bambo area to Upper West because Upper West is 11 seats no yeah. And then the Savannah region too, I think they have all the seats in Savannah region. So that tells the enormous tax what president so because they will not have any excuse 4 years down the line. Now, Sefa, when it comes to conflict there, nobody will pray say bebia yebenya ntawantawa na wenchuwenju na bibisa in any community because the bottom line of say ntakwabe si bebi ni say either amount for bewu either amount for will be displaced yeah. They say they will have to move.
And not to cut you, just before I came on air, I think about 2 hours before I came on air, I saw visuals. I saw pictures and videos of people who were leaving the place in droves.
Yes. And I heard say some of them are now even hospitals. Yes. They want to be transferred to Upper West near those places. So it tells you the impact of conflict. Say death, loss of properties, loss of displacement. So I make internal displacement. So it take place. And out to area unplanned. I was saying joining free home. But you see, but typical of the NDC, where they see conflict, that is where they want to profit from politics. Internet, if I not a platform like this, let me be say, how come anytime NDC is in power, then the northern sector is experiencing conflict? Will I be justified? Would that be a fair question to ask? This is a land issue, and amount for land.
Yes.
Can I associate the NDC to the same way?
No, it's between the two.
No, but
the two groups.
Yeah, so NDC has set a precedent that I can associate them to it.
But you don't necessarily have to.
No, I can. Someone must set a precedent, you know.
You have options either to associate them with it
part
or
of
not.
The option is that I can choose to say me be associate to omo, and I wouldn't be wrong. Maybe your man penny a what so. Eko Boko area. Eko catch Boko for say. Anytime the MPP is in power, Boko conflict in escalate. So forgetting say this is a conflict that started way back in the 50s. But when would the way of Betagi MPP? And you have the majority leader himself, Honorable Mama Yariga. At one of the interviews, I was Joy News so. Or say, let's be frank. And he was citing during President Kufuor era, say, from 2000 MPP we need. Boko conflict now escalated. This is how they profited from conflict. And then me be say, Adan President Mama offer Savannah. The government and this abedi abines, and all of a sudden, conflict is was Savannah region. You understand? So I was saying, we have to exercise some restraint, a very, very, very. You have to be cautious. Unim say, since NDC bar power, Sefa, the kind of killings I see wabokono and see within MPP 8 years in the kind of killings just within these 8 months. See what Boko conflict on. Brew the whole of 8 months killings are. But killing be any any bet me I justify whether a bako na ye mienu ni na ye killing and a loss of life. So mean bet na and justify sanyamon. But the kind of politics na ye play when people are in difficulties. A man for lose some lives, or properties, or livelihood, or japadier. Na a man for a feeling say, let's go in there and profit from it. Who would just beg for camp? Because me, by some of the interviews I meet here on other media outlets, IGP cry call.
Yes.
IGP wa hokrano na still conflict in the area. So it tells you how deep the conflict is. Say if the police feel say be a bebru omoso, then quickly I think say through Omampeno, Minister of the Minister of Defense, they can quickly call on the military to step in. And yes, baby, I didn't ekika kono there. Utimu say well, I had the opportunity to speak with someone over there, and he's telling me say easy. Town in able to. So I think this is where the military almost step in now. Someone say they are well trained for something like this. Maybe they can go and complement the effort of Ghana Police Service, so that the first thing in all this issue is not who is right or who is wrong. The first thing we want to get is peace. Then we can go into the issue. Because I think the issue has to do with, say, you see, land be a private developer. And yes, sir.
Yes.
So if need be, government can just tell the private developer, say, unim, even say you're right, krawaton kwan papa soa, but edi banonti, your best just withdraw. Yes.
Yeah.
For peace to prevail. Now I for omo hono, you be from any stakeholders so that they can talk to the youth to put their arms down. Because there are certain people when they speak, things will come. And I think around this time, the president has no choice of keeping quiet. Look, SEFA, this is Omaya Yetima. In any other country, where a national emergency, the president will address this issue. But here, as if say normal. Like, unya accident and kola, 16 or so.
16, yeah.
Ministry of Gender saw it as normal. One said that about plane crash issue, I'm for a true almost social media. So. Because I said, in some countries, 16 people dying, big news.
It is.
Very big. Yeah. But I had normal. Look, just recently, Minim says if I were in the media space, what would the accident rate is what Kumase? Bisa say measure be no with that too.
That one day, all of the governments, I don't, they've not been doing it for close to about a decade.
I'm not blaming a government too. I'm saying, we live in a country as if say death.
Normal demand. So every year we are losing close to about 2,000 people as a result of road accident. The ones that are recorded are reported at the National Road Safety Authority. We have about 14 to 15 to 16 to 17,000 people that are prepra as a result of the accident, and about almost 50% of them are permanently incapacitated. Yes. So it is a burden on family, it is a burden on society, it is a burden on the government, it's a burden on our health systems. But over the period, it's as if fire.
So that is the point I'm putting across. This issue, the fact that AC was president backyard crano, it's a worrying situation. It should be a worrying situation to him. Anka Abia by this time, the very first day now, then started. I think almost started Sunday also. The very first day started here quickly, because sometimes when you see conflict anywhere, it's not allowed. But if it's happening in the backyard of the president in Ukraine, then it is a big deal. Say wow backyard, I didn't say anything. Let me expect to say as quickly as possible. President will move the state security to make sure best terminate that issue. And then Wednesday. From Sunday to Wednesday, 4 days, and this thing is raging. It's not looking like it's ending. Presence of IGP Kran and scare more. And up north, the truth is that I've schooled there, and also I'm free. I'm from the upper west, so I passed through that solar. Mostly within the northern sector. Military next step in Yama coming down. Police there, they see it as normal. Ubakra say they treat you like they are up. They don't fear when they are going. But once the military steps in, because some of the military leaders, when we say mobile, they care less who they want to ensure say peace. So would the agrona say so ube who ranting now be our feeling say no. You see, I mean eba ye diagra. As long as we are bema de yachiwa ye mbisa question. Ebia kwai omudi be false. By the time I say ebia we are cry, you are not associated to any of the parties in Ukraine. Now show. Into a massa ehunu eba among I can tell you if they move the military to site and issue will be coming down. I'm for be joining this year. So Mr. President, wait there. That is all of us are road. As long as that place
but should we always be militarizing some of these issues? Why not equip the Ghana Police Service to actually deal with some of these internal security issues? Of course, the military are supposed to protect our territory, the supposed to ensure territorial integrity. And so internal security matters are not within their ambit. And yet, should we not reinforce a unit within the Ghana Police Service to be dealing with some of these matters?
No, but maybe I mean, the military is not only trained for external, internal, yes, maintaining peace internally. In fact, who internal crime a priority for you to go external, no, then it means obi crime ba abe to shells, so self-defense. You need to then. And yes, we can't train our army only to tell them say their purpose is that they have to go to Nigeria, Mali, and go and fight and no. When they are going to maintain peace in some people's country as peace enforcers. But you see, at the end, Aminu, way of training is different from the police. Into even within the police, almost was certain special units. I think they even get some of the military training to some level. And to share in some of these US ABS BBAC, we say the normal police are who they be homogeneous streets so stop on cars and chichi offenders and a from you a different specialized unit, well trained.
Yeah.
And a bro almost sua, then that is when you see the military coming in with their helicopters, because that is where they need to step in. So that's what I'm saying. Say, I believe the Ghana police is it military police?
Yeah. The FPU unit. There are other units within the Ghana police.
So they can make use of certain units.
The SWAT is also there.
Okay. Who can live up to this tax?
Of course.
But whether we like it or not, we are see Krobia or Bekono military training is exceptional compared to any other BBBR, any other security forces. So almost the kind of ammunitions that sound that yet to I was say I'm in Bemwa. Say I'm in the day, just as I keep saying, level of training is top notch. Then they will also come and augment near unit to be our IGP best and the So for now, I think almost they've deployed some of the security forces there. We'll pray say by close of day today and we'll begin to hear say the conflict is coming down and say it will be escalating. So that is my point here. That I would like.
But then it's linked to the next topic is linked to issues having to do with security, and this is Ghana, Global Peace Index. You're free from 60 something. We are now 55th. You're free. Top 5 most. They say we are number 7 in West Africa. And some no. Akwakoba say it looks as if the peacefulness that we're enjoying, and Yema Bakum Yunumi and Sambi, threaten the kind of peace that we enjoy in this country. What do you make of the rankings, Abba, when it comes to peace of my Ghana?
So, if there's a drop, it tells then there's a problem somewhere. Because I wasn't appreciating now drop here. You see, Nina Kauna capture the NDC government say if you are in opposition, you are in opposition, you can get away with it. But in power, we ranking here say Ghana they affecting, and Ghana, the government represents Ghana, So and I don't think say Ministry of Defense acting, whether acting and now the states through the presidency, or BBC, they will be happy. 8 months in office, not rating whereby. When you go into an election, not anti-vigilante law, say you are disbanded vigilante groups, only for the opposition party to make good use of vigilantes. It will have an impact. We expect now, friend, or can be, and I like it because investors, before member of Chrome, they will go online and read about your country.
Of course.
They will not just get up and come and say they want to come and invest.
True.
So investors say, sorry, invest will be back to South Sudan and South Sudan. Before they need to say, wrong investment, no, so they do a background check and say, on internet, no, be away with we say, Google. Na any pan Google no who say, according to the group no cry Institute of Economics and Peace. Now, rating about Ghana, and you say, from 55th No, yeah, from 55th. Yeah, drop out, but then
60. I think it's 65th.
no, 60. Yeah, about 61st.
So from 54th
55th.
First to 61st in 2025, from 55 to 61st.
Yes, so from 55 near about 61. That's a huge drop. Yeah. And when you look at the criteria, consider or indicators, societal safety, and security, ongoing domestic and international conflict, and militarization. And I can tell you, this militarization, they are not referring to our military. They are referring to Nkrofua party for the uniformation to go and act as security person.
Is that how they operationalized?
No, but I that is my understanding. And I reserve my understanding to put the way I understand it. Now, when it comes to societal safety and security, how did we get here? And the Mikacho said, and Nanado, we never made use of vigilante groups. Some of the videos where our guys telling us, say you're disbanded, you see democracy, you're disbanded, and you NDC phone, they still kept theirs intact. And they your crash and say, our own boys that we disbanded. So that is why Nanado never had this kind of rating. Because international community, who said government, BBSC, we two anamon. And a moment or two, you were caught enacting law. Or enacting law, he's not violated his own law. Okay, so that time now, we call polling centers, FOC presiding officers to declare results. Okay, so Nanado, President Nanado, that time, on to me send the security forces say they should go and take charge of. But he knows the repercussion. When they move in, no more order. He's the commander in chief until 7th January now. Of free Abenson, he still not a commander in chief. Or more orders are they obey. Now you're quite people who've already psyched their mind say, Omudia, Ghana best, and unless Omu power no Sabeka, no sounds marker, a be away crank, a 70 something. A very good initiative and a measure, sir, former president, Eteki, one, if let's say, one man amount for uncle, two and share amount for so societal safety. Say, so more catchers, a banner say, your community buying ball, and I'm president, you almost by 8 months. There are a lot of skirmishes yet across the place. You see, people just come into your house, pick your car away. People just enter, break your door, and say they are national security. So societal safety is not guaranteed. Let's say, Sebi, Minya, say Obama, Pokwasi, or the fear, national security, be, without even giving him time. No more Budon, no room. Sebi, if he's a trained military person, safety first, no pull trigger. By the time you also come at him, maybe I want to few people. That's the societal safety we are talking of. Societal safety is simple. Say you are criminalizing speech now. So people speak now on radio and TV. They fear. And to say Rollins time, me can say, that was Rollins' era. Obi to me cry face and me kwa kasa radio so omba fear. These were some of the things we went through in this country. So if we are reaching point say societal safety who say for uti microphone cry, I believe since government you choose your words carefully. And Nanado, President Mama.
Maybe I say what I say.
But you are still careful because this is a party that says that nobody beats them when it comes to unleashing violence. I don't think you want
say
to,
what I say.
Then I'll caution you to be careful under this government. Any day an MPP beba freedom of speech. Much as say we still say people must be measured with the words they use. But one of the letters are President Mama Trauma Nanado then that is 11 February 2022. In part of it, or see President Nanado is criminalizing speech and intimidating journalists. And to the extent say or see Yakochi Bobi answer simply for criticizing Nanado's wife. Only there, you criticizing Nanado yire dia your normal or say President Nanado and now First Lady, former First Lady Rebecca on taking normal. But no President Mama Nidia, you're criticizing her. I was say you conko PK nipana na national security enko PK nipano. Only don't criminalize speech. I'm telling you, just within these 8 months, very soon you will see some of the ratings, international ratings that will come when it comes to free speech in this country. See, Obiye TikTok. Yes, some of them for you to be talking of murder and Anyama is overboard. Mm-hmm. But some of the things they've arrested people for, no. Under Nanado, people spoke worse and they still moved about. Western's, they said, oh, a country, I'm not for to meet their radio stations, so we'll be able to say, it's a mamulan, so someone be the atamana. 2-3 hours program, atem didi nkwa. A branch a basement, more US, Kevin Taylor, oh, did the amount for ahimfo, imams, why mu jana obia, we did obia them. Under this NDC government, they gave him protection to let me know court. Because per warrant in I want is no, Nina etachi Ghana soil, no, it wasn't omun pikino. But ask yourself, who gave him that protection? Who person catch him say national security, no munya where say Kevin Taylor was in town, and a bench warrant one so. But they protected him at the new court. Till you bench warrant no free so e me Kamalanka me nya sa akonya no mami betina ha enka bibi boni about the president. I'm telling you, ebi amedru fie no na national security twem. This is the level we've got into. The best practice ni say societal safety ni say sia hwe ne me yakra ni say sefa ukọ police CID omo corridor no kra omo atro no photography no picture taking. There are certain notices. Yeah, you're not supposed to take it. Yes. Now sefa who corridor mpo me jina no wo say mean to me video mean to me take pictures e wo ho na enipa na wo chi no share dem no bisa won say e dey na the pictures pie or show who investigation room the pictures say to me pie and isn't any worrying for you the security service to find out say e ban say because penny esi ye no ochina say me information bi am volunteer ma CID misro
of course
because e yetimi achi obi ni handcuff na oti mu room mu akonja mu bibia mu settings ni nyina na picture na abontin you never investigated anka mu police for mpo na mu publish ya and obi ko fire the enemy say edam Facebook page. Even in that crime some of these criminal issues so sometimes murder ni sa nyama kra no mu post enipa no kra mu blare enipa ni enim na mo timi atam amanfo a mu see just by posting pictures on Facebook posting picture and yes no on manufacture no okoye investigation go baby am beka so oh okay per intelligence I want obeboa and in social media but because of no abe post and order mo list no so nti watching no yet ha societal safety na yeka security na yeka according to one of the indicators no and ongoing domestic and international conflict ongoing domestic conflict and the escalation in Boko and it's escalated because of the president mama ko catch rom campaign time okoho osi ono ba there cannot be two chiefs. I'm not saying it what President Mama said, and now when he comes he will only recognize is it na mami wrong yes say obe recognizing only the Kusasi chief no, and the people were seeing say oh per this simple thing that means the conflict is resolved into omukoye campaign to Abama to the extent that there were polling stations MPP enya zero. There were places MPP couldn't go out to even campaign because we be sure omubo and they felt say oh victory is near obedi abemu and omu say abemu krokro di John 3 months 4 months wow constituency chairman when you say Boku area or were 6 constituencies mostly Kusasi dominated the 6 constituency chairman about together a press conference wow NDC constituency chairman and the MPP na instigate omu and on a press conference they say omu be resign it because what be that omu prior to election no kaya there were people NDC people campaigning very slippery grounds so they were trading say former vice president Dr. Mahmoud Bamia and I weapons man for you heard that omu abemu yampa when you say a criminal they are supposed to arrest him
of course
but nyamani bi wo ha because of no mo pe electoral gains inti omo kan they were not measured in it no mo kan keke and they say then ababak hand to omo and so what can say now there's escalation now. What do you expect from Institute of Economics and then and Peace? What kind of rating do you expect from them? You may say they've been charitable to the NDC government. They should have taken them.
It is Ghana.
No, but
how's it the NDC?
I like it. It is Ghana. When Nanado was there and they were rating indicators were coming, they were blaming the MPP. They were not saying Ghana. They didn't see it as a Ghana problem. They saw it as MPP problem. And I'm telling you, the kind of precedent that NDC has said to know will go by rates. We are not coming to sit and tell them say, okay, where your Ghana problem. if they didn't see it as a Ghana problem, they never saw Galamsey as Ghana problem. They saw it as MPP problem. This was the only political party omutimi lampu a whole tribe from Achim Mafia. Kroma. And then can I come and sit here and call a certain tribe BBB Mafia? Will I be fair? But they call them a Japa book. Almost say a Japa there's a then book. Or about 8 months. They should come and prosecute people with a Japa. So when you do this and there's escalation, and now Bakuno, this City FM guy, Umar Sanda, or interview I say doing it here. Me say Sam George there. Obe Pia Bekasa. You move between the Obe Pia Bekasa. Okay, one of the rhetorics say, if President Nanado wants to stop Galamsey, he can do that within a week. Okay, if there's a political will. Yeah. And you had people like Professor Jampo, the political professor, holding Vice President Dr. Baumia to ransom. Yeah. Say he has to sign a pact. Say they are against Galamsey. Say one signer, he will go out there and say Dr. Mahmoud Baumia inside Galamsey. According to miracles, onu no di koma Vice President Baumia then, and no sign. Or see Professor Jampo as late. No dinechi. And then NDC chairman, Abetina Radio say you declare state of emergency and you're dangerous. What kind of pick and choose? And another day or declare there will be peace in the country. Galamsey will stop one time. And then national chairman or national organizer, ending them. Singing the hymns and praises for the Galamseyers. To the extent that or refer say Galamseyers your harvest for church. Don't they contribute some? And the MPP. And the MPP Galamsey is no Munko church. Omu church is now
that was really an unfortunate statement for him to have made.
Me, I don't care whether it's unfortunate.
It's really. I saw the video. I'm like, really, truly, really.
The god of MPP is just after them within 8 months.
And then you ask how?
And let me say, and Galamsey issue now no muka and Nanado no. Na Galamsey is no muka church and muntu harvest. No. So if this is your justification today, that they need to allow people to do Galamsey, to the extent that you even come and stand and say, many of the appointees, as they say, fighting Galamsey, omu baby aska free amudi year campaign. And so muteha, na muka chere say MPP benefited from Galamsey. Anything I to mean stopping Galamsey. Mudia muhuson, mwaba na sesia, the narrative is changing. We say NDC politics omu ye, you know mube kono pepe, and we are going to expose them. If within 1 week Nanado can stop Galamsey, 8 months is more than 2 months for President John Mahama to stop Galamsey. And today the NDC chairman cannot seek refuge by in fact, all Koti, even according to the constitution, who declares state of emergency, that it means it gives people the right to shoot, it gives people the right to abuse. Me say, what kind of constitution ban or what kind of?
Which people? Are going to have the right to shoot?
I took time and I asked some of the lawyers. Declaring state of emergency is in the constitution.
It's in the constitution, of course.
You see,
in the constitution.
I don't know. I started yomu any Dani like as a mamonu, they were not prepared and they got it. Because if you before Asha Ghanaians more against MPPT, ya kabi biya other Ghanaians see there be yenti. Galamsey, this is Sam George. They tell me, I'll fight President Mama. No, Bonnie Chess, so he should go and fight President Mama and see whether he will live in that ministry for 24 hours. He will be fired. So this were some of the propaganda campaigns they did. So when it comes to ongoing conflict, I'm telling you, within 8 months, the kind of conflict we're experiencing under NDC is becoming record-breaking conflict, which is not good. And then will be in case a conflict that was Savannah and Adipa. But God has a way of manifesting his things. When we say it happened in the president's own backyard, they should come and politicize it. Let's see. Who will help them politicize it? Because they gain from it massively. And there were a lot of things. SEFA said, your back is against the wall. So you never need to explain a month for and shed and tears here. You see, NDC, they are starting them. And this tells clearly, if they don't have answer to it, they will try to rebrand it. Your ministers anyway will be suffering through this unfortunate crash. Program now no rebranded program of the New Patriotic Party, but they don't want to hold it. And no metie na po no ka say some STEM policy be introduce I don't agree to buy I bet daninu different name be.
Yeah, but a lot of and that's my problem. A lot of the initiatives that were started by the Swala administration, Bandadana, most of them have been rebranded, given a different name, but the mode of implementation, I mean, it may vary, but it's the same thing.
The value is the same.
Tree for life or tree of life and all of that is the same as
the value is the same.
The Green Ghana project and all of that. All of the objectives are what they buy. If you're to compare that to the NPPD and the same thing. So my question is that how do we say government is a continuum when we know where it was will be the idea bar because of a political point scoring say why
who carry this popular saying say a decorated monkey is still a monkey.
It's
so no matter they brand it, who will let Ghanaians know? Because I'm for people who brand it there now. Say me, I'm better radio so anchor. Ne nipa ne who abe feel say bibi new.
Yeah.
But you're exposing, and journalists like you, when you keep exposing them, it will let them sit up. Because what we say, quite a far to me, any kind of promises I'm Ghanaians, or say realistically, no to me achieve. Because already a year is going,
Yeah.
And once a year is off, so for basically in government, you have 2 years. So
yeah.
And anything former president could for all free Abiyamu say okay,
I think about 5 years.
5 years. Yeah. So that
you bring 3 years
yes.
of stable reforms, then the 2 years will be the politics within your party.
Because in actual fact, presidents here two about more. I doubt whether they even spent 3 active years.
No.
Because by the time you be 2 minutes. In fact, this time because of more the rubber stamp parliament in Crown to be fast track, and minority also help them to fast track the vetting. First vetting to me take care to somewhere June.
Yeah.
Never vetting air cost.
True.
So, what me vetting ministers never do June now. Almost half the year is gone. Minister no bet snap ministry now. Or he needs time to settle.
About 2-3 months.
2-3 months.
And
who the can almost 9 months. Yeah, no, December there a lot of institutions air break. So a year is already gone. Uba, you now have active 2 years. And active 2 years. To someone cry. Yes, you're constructing. So imagine presidency of the express then to Kumasi. Will he get 4 years to do that?
KWADWO Ibrahim, your first year. It's been interesting having this conversation with you. 47 solid minutes of talk. And I'm Ura KWADWO Ibrahim. I'm a Saman Bruni. Kasama for Edema, the New Patriotic Party. Nyameduma Ochina. Ntiamanya say Dr. Mahmoud Baumia ebeka ko file nomination form sanso na Dr. Iya Osei educhumus ebeka ko file nomination forms yanko bod mo china whatever happens over there there ehun sem nyina bebro live on EpaHoaDaben Jumadinis but sisi ane de final words ana
ya chu colleague journalist ebe pim sisi ayen release ya be srem nyina monka na yen release because untumi your friend is the journalist,
Yes.
When you move from anu entumbi na you release because president now or criticizing another government say or criminalizing speech and it cannot be the same president. Sure, but me read it in solidarity to me journalist, but me solidarize it with him. And he say family na mutina radio so amonka say niesi within president Reno and yet TikTokers ekasa na yakofo me active on TikTok pa say you share the way I'm expressing my views now. Fortunately, me attempt, but the NDC people cannot live with dissenting views. The president, your friend is saying, John Mama as candidate 11th February 2022. Senior trauma and anado. Mamin kind and no pon. In solidarity of Emmanuel. Is that sorry, Kwachi? Yeah. I see, dear President Akufo-Addo, I am appalled at the growing criminalization of speech and journalism in Ghana under your watch. Yeah, statement where SEFAH are prophetic. And I'm going to say, dear President John Mama, I am appalled. Kamaldeen, I am appalled at the growing criminalization of speech and journalism in Ghana under your watch in this 21st century. Now, I have Oka about Ahmed Swale. Yet, while the Ghanaian people and the international community have demanded justice, government's inability or unwillingness to act is obvious to all. The police have virtually shelved the investigation into this brutal murder. That's about Ahmed Swale.
Yeah,
Say about Bemo. They should take crime has no expiring date.
Yeah,
so if he really means well, by now, say taxi IGP, some of investigated 2020 violence in Patrol, Ahmed Swale. So on your Maya. There have been several disturbing incidents of harassment of journalists in the line of duty. We have witnessed media establishments closed down on your instructions despite many appeals. And then radio stations at Sam George close in SEFA. Is it on the instruction of President John Mahama? According to Onoani State, on see President Nanado, the Emma instruction and close down. And so me catch President Mahama say that once Sam George is closing down, he's closing down based on your instruction. And nobody can take me on because if you accuse the president then and it was okay, if I'm accusing you, it is also fine. Mr. Me last where I'm here. Now, in a space of less than 2 weeks, 4 people have suffered police actions, criminalizing their right to free speech. In a space of 2 weeks, Yachi say Obama, Yachi Fanti Comedy, Yachi MPP, TikTok SB from Ashanti region. In the space of 2 weeks, and then I'm a statement away from President Mama, very, very prophetic. Now, as Attorney General at the time, who led the repeal of criminal libel law in order that citizens could freely express their views, it is unconscionable to be suppressing the rights and criminalizing the speech of citizens and journalists. It is even more worrying when the power of state is used as a pliant tool in this intimidation endeavor. President Mama, you are, according to you, you are also using the state security to criminalize speech and criminalize citizens for airing their views. Radio and TV presenter Captain Smart was dragged from court, and although he had been granted bail, sent into detention. Another radio presenter, here, let me give you an instance. Sir Obama was granted bail. They frustrated Sir Obama and he slept in police cells till Monday. You obe sign file, ube ko ha yesi we okoha, we asora koha, kofa be we bra okofa yesi o, ye pe government worker. Or earn about maybe at 5,000 cities and 10,000. SEFA, you be ko fe nipa ni pay slip abani. You say you po be any 10,000 or someone no any property. Afi na san ko hwehwe. You go share see property na san po be what property or san worker. So they keep frustrating you. Now, as if to suggest insincerity behind the serious decriminalization of speech that you led, another radio presenter, Bobby Ansah, has been arrested, detained, and charged, criminalized for speaking and making allegations against your wife. So Bobby Ansah making allegations against, just say Rebecca, the former president, Moja Ninimu, and she said Bobby Ansah making allegations, crying normal, giant non-co. But who there be allegation ni be against who there yet me coffee nipa. SEFA kempo mame.
Kamadin Ibrahim. Your friend Yankumpa Sachi this year, Diana Abrad this year, Chen Hinen and Uncle SEFA-DANQAH. Mamma say be a customer bear and soon Ghana for bit me a friend. Na mo achre ma jene ewo jumadi ni so 0551 563 916 0555 6572782 2 number C. Obetimi afre na wabadwuma Ghana for na chase friend. Yanko good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, I'm Pacho. I am with radio no man.
Oh, sir. Etisa.
Obadi adaro man onso.
Amata mambuni okasa papa. Bena TV na baba ya na ekasa no. Okasa too much. Masa, momi anka no kura o man mu. Onse so mu nyine dwuna to economy. Momu ba na economy di edi. The sound that go find a coachway and a coachway and the master. Doesn't mean say Muse Mama Kase, who man not in somebody by Bamiaba. And it doesn't mean that Mama Sako Kasa Boko Bass, which you're bunching as a Mudi Muajimona. If you know.
MZ free so Yanko good afternoon, didn't be free.
The thing you never was it. Boko Omokona Akoshewo, young notness. What is any tinane bawo omwana ejawo mu mata anyata nka nyamuye yeni okaso buka ko seso no mashira ko sebi mo tiama ekunku ekunipa mo ayema mo obi batma ba no obi so ba we sesia mako shama mfochi ama mo pese mo chada ya party se mo ba ma abana ya no popular
mama na wase ewa ha 0551563916 0555 657 72 numbers you'll be to my friend or about Jumari. So just about some 5 minutes to wrap up. Na mame emfa we into dwa esan say obi dia baba dan say up a single room self-contained around Usu Kokomlemle Dansoman and I say Achimota unya bin so tesano a ade a nani be so pa srewa anyone with contact anyone with such accommodation should call Mr. YMP agent be IMP agent agency be middleman be ye middleman aba enya dia ye no be di ensa so number bit me afre ni Mr. 0243 866 664 0243 866 664 Mr. Edano yepebi ewo Usu Kokomlemle Dansoma Achimota Tesano yempe agent sembia single room self-contained Mr. Mo amunya bia mama yasonte good afternoon how do you be afraid
good evening
yes sir
yeah devil is a liar
Krobo Dumas bacho minti devil is a liar
yeah nyamishira njuma pa odi
that's it
na baba we okata se sa bla mu wa bem omu disaboni obi ka no bia wa chinu ya tena ya take up smart sa na ne edumu suna musumu kata munti na ya chimwa ani de ya muya uka ba ya de munti me nyari na jomama samunim na moye bia obechimo she boko sem na ya boko sem mama kata se oba boko biare boko na munta ko setie na mu ma mu ko ku mu ho a me kata boko ho ngata me esra mu se mu ya ni mu na mu ku mu nyina gugu ma mu ku mu ye be na baba ta ma travel ji sha te pa baba
mama na wasi yanko good afternoon ni ba bia free hello good afternoon ni ba bia free
ehunu ko SEFAH-DANQAH
yes sir
aboma
obade adaroma na nso
nyame adumu ye Simon ye wisdom product from Katama
Simon pacho ma hu yanko
minia sa utumi TV ni utumi radio station sa beti omwa chi TV station na koto please car akami mani beji na sabi
I didn't know kasa
na what is TV station leader omunye bibi apart from them didi omunye she was apart from them didi ana omu kasa on social media na ya say achi omunu ye the politics so my way ya adwin say who didi politics who politics now didi atema now didi penifo atema ye nya ohwi enti
Simon and Timmy, so mami emfa final call of her good evening. Udini baby Afrifi.
Good evening, SEFAH.
Yes, sir.
Of a cane new train station cycle.
Of a cane by Community or Dharma.
It's not due to Fokwana, but Mamma Mikata. Mamma Chiao.
The Pacho and your cousin into you. I'm ready, Rene.
Mutitabo. Nothing makes people you food. SEFAH, who didn't say that radio? This is what in the social media thing. The one that Kevin tell and a copa by. I'm a man for share. A quiet to make the attempt to the mum or 2 4 Nanado, the Union Team 24 Ghana hot them. Last one, I could be judges. And that's what I'm saying, I'm one content. Now, one this is for by you. I want to know about the Ghana. I've done a whole battle up for court or good Jano. I'm going to be there. No. NDC Kevin Teller, they started that much. Anybody know? No people know a cafe. And they check the hair. Gano Casa and the police station you are for Hong Kong near Locono. Because you can't be busy. They say, soldier, migration, easy, fire service. You have to go, Mama, this is that. NDP, let's security the answer. Let's see any of Conway, but Kuntakwana. Something, as some I want to have a general. 9 months, what do you know? And I point to the quick Casabata. SEFAH educate you.
Mate.
Let the next of our Winya Corn offer another kick and say, many of you were two different say, MPP no more position in a section.
I'm not say, okay, any didn't chat for. I happy because you're by a card, I'm ranting it now. Mumia for me, Sabia, Sikabia Ba. Dabi memory nasa. Come on, di memory nasa. News na ekon. Yeah. News na ekon.
Na kasia bono dia pa na wo pe ho.
No craft no kasia bono adia me pe wo ho pa enti 12 metie 6 metie and it said